What's up, dude?
What's up?
I'm making tweet.
Oh.
Yeah, he
tweet out the thing.
I'm
Yeah.
even.
Anyways,
Friends that don't promote our stuff.
welcome to the Digital Power Podcast. That's not really a podcast anymore. Today we have a bunch of people here. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. I'm Guard, by the way. I'm just not gonna do me whenever it comes to me. How you doing?
Going down the line, or how we gonna do this?
Hubba, you're part of that.
Oh, I'm at the top. I'm sorry. I'm used to Trent and Demon being here. Hello, I'm Vsing.
Yeah, who?
I think Canchas died, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Canchas is here. He'll probably show up randomly.
Hello.
Hey, Erica.
Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hello, Paige here. I mean, JK. Ace here. What's up?
And Obama now.
Hello, I am Ugoplatmia, also known
Hit the
as
intro.
being. No, not happening.
To the intro.
Do it!
Not happening.
Do it!
Did it now?
There
No, I ain't about it.
Will's
it.
here.
It's in the video somewhere. I'll just play through my mic.
Hello, I'm here.
I'm here. Hey, bro. I'm Guard. And then we have Zack.
And then BoatMcGoat, poat for toad.
Yeah, anyway, we're doing a gaming bracket this time, and I need to link people to bracket actually before we start. That would be a good idea.
I did Twitter things.
I have bracket link. I will link to people.
You sure you do?
Yeah, positive.
Okay, you're good.
Video game bracket hosted by YaBoyGridz.
All right, dude.
Yep.
We're doing a different type of voting scale. We're not just going to be voting like we did the past few ones. We're going to be actually going down by criteria because we don't want this one to be very biased because it could end friendships. So
Yo.
the first
Kingdom
one
Hearts is a bad game.
Want to ruin
Tetris is a bad
friendships?
game.
Shitty opinions.
This is a false statement.
You speak all false statements.
All right.
Lego is a bad game.
Calm down.
It's too far.
The first one is Dragon Ball games versus Bravely Default.
Oh no.
But Gridz,
We
we haven't
don't
talked
know.
about the criteria though.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
mention the
let's-
criteria. Good,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't just
Yeah.
jump in.
Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so the criteria is we have 5 criteria things that we're going to be doing. The first one is going to be gameplay/story. The second one is going to be impact on gamers. The third one is going to be impact on public. And the legacy that they hold is the fourth one. And the art style is the fifth one. They all
Just to distinguish like the whole impact on gamers versus impact on the public, I'll use the example of Angry Birds. Like to people that are consider themselves gamers, that didn't make much of a mark, but the general public love Angry Birds, and it's is it the top selling mobile game of all time?
No,
No,
Candy Crush
not
is.
anymore.
Well, it was at one point. Like it kind of
Yeah.
launched mobile
I mean,
gaming.
It was so big it got itself a movie.
Exactly.
Yikes.
something like Persona is very big to gamers, but it's not big to the public.
Yeah, general public don't know what Persona is, but to us, it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
Essentially, how we're going to grade this, each of us in the room are going to give it a 1 out of 5 for each criteria, and we're going to get a average for each one, and then compare the averages. So it's kind of what we're going to be doing the entire time. So on to what I was just saying. The first one is Dragon Ball versus Bravely Default.
Which Dragon Ball?
Like
There's
Dragon Ball.
just the Dragon Ball games, period.
Like Budokai
Dragon Ball.
Tenkaichi.
Yeah, but the graphics like from each game are like there's a big difference.
I would say style.
It's not
Okay.
graphics, it's art style. That's the difference.
Okay.
You got Toriyama.
Mm,
True.
Okay, but anyway, the first one is gameplay/story. Most gameplay in Dragon Ball games are just basic. Well, the Budokai
They're
ones were
based on-
like fighting, just like pretty much repetitive fighting games.
Well, there's not usually many like big storylines in a fighting game
I will say that the
unless it's Tekken.
in most Dragon Ball games, the story is very similar because it's just the Dragon Ball story over and over again.
Is it anything
Yeah,
out
pretty
of the
much.
ordinary as for a standard fighting game storyline?
No.
No.
Does it
Not-
go above
No.
and beyond?
actually,
Compared
No.
to
It is
Compared
because
to
it's
the-
the Dragon Ball story.
Xenoverse?
Xenoverse is completely different because
Xenoverse is the exception though.
while it does
Xenoverse
set
has a semi.
different story.
Yeah.
But it's still like along the same lines. But yeah,
The
but
newer
like it's
game,
just
the
like a
Dragon
different
Ball
spin.
FighterZ was actually its story was completely different, which is very nice.
Thing is that like with Dragon Ball, like you can't like deviate from like a game can't deviate so much from its source, right? Or you'll like kind of screw up or alienate other people. But
Yeah.
in a way, it's like it's still pretty good.
Personally, for gameplay, for not, just because the majority of them are similar in gameplay, and while the new one is completely different, I'll give it a 3 in gameplay for me. That's just
Yeah.
me.
To be honest, I wouldn't even give it that.
That's
I
just
think
my.
like a
That's just
2.
my. Was Zach got 2? Okay.
This for Dragon Ball?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dragon
for
Ball.
the game fan.
From the ones I've played, it's a 2.
Okay.
Nothing. It's nothing special.
Erica,
Who's next? Is it me? Oh,
Ace, whatever.
I give it a 3.
Okay.
Uh, for story,
Story / gameplay, yes.
just because of Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2, I'll give it a 3.
Dragon Ball doesn't deviate a lot from much, but like, and to be fair, like most of the games before until like HD haven't been that great. But the games that are out now are really great. So like, but decent, but still in the same framework. So I'm gonna give it a
Except
3.
for fighters.
Yeah, I don't know. I got my own opinions on that, but I'll give it a 3.
Canchas isn't here.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, what are you giving it?
2. I was trying to say something, but never mind. Give it a 2.
Okay. And Will?
2.
Okay. So, on to Impact Gamers. I feel that Dragon Ball hasn't really been that huge of impact to gamers. That's just me. I think
It's like anything else that's based on like pre-existing like franchise. Like the games just
Right.
come along, and for the fans they're exciting, but for general people it's like, okay, cool, it's a movie game or it's a TV show game. They're just kind of there.
yeah.
Yeah, you play
It's-
it to play as Goku or Vegeta or Piccolo, like which insert favorite character from the Dragon Ball series here.
I feel like that's what you guys are saying is true for every game in Dragon Ball except for Xenoverse 2 and Fighters. Because Fighters got tons of people who don't play fighting games into playing fighting games because it's such a easy to pick up and play game. And Xenoverse 2 was marketed really well for what it was. And it got people into gaming.
I feel like Fighters carries on the brand lane alone, right? Which
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Demon.
We're in the first one right now, Demon. We're currently on Impact Gamers, on the first round of the first pick, which is Dragon Ball versus Bravely Default. Yeah. If you want to give most of us gave a bunch of 3s and 2s for gameplay and story for Dragon Ball. What would you give it?
Gameplay wise, overall the Dragon Ball games I 2 as well.
2, okay. Alright. On Impact to Gamers, I will give it a 4 just because the new game was actually huge pulling gamers. If you think about it, like Fighters was actually crazy for gamers whenever it first came
Yeah,
out.
Dragon Ball in general has a bigger impact than Bravely Default because it's a licensed property.
So yeah, I give it a 4 for Impact.
For Impact, I'd give it probably about like about like a 5.
Okay.
Is for gamers or public?
Gamers.
Then I have to go for a 4 because yeah, Fighters was kind of big.
I'd have to go with 4 too because Fighters did kind of bring back like people's attention and like love for a Dragon Ball game, I guess, and it even made people who, like Will said, don't really play fighting game. So it's like you had to give it some respect.
Okay.
Yeah. I give it a 4 as well.
I would give it a 4 as well, just because of the brand name.
Erica went to the bathroom, but she said a 1 for this.
A 1?
She said 1 for
Yikes.
this bathroom.
Okay.
Yikes.
Okay.
That's disrespectful.
That is kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, a
Cool
little
wham.
bit. Oh, wum.
Hey, just wait until Kingdom Hearts when it gets one across the board.
A
Poggers.
shaft.
I
Alright,
see
Will.
how it is.
What is this? Gamers Impact?
Yeah.
Yeah, like three.
Okay. And did Erica? No, not Erica. Can't you say his?
Yeah.
Ain't conscious. What you doing, bro?
Yep.
All right. We'll just move on, and we'll get conscious when he comes back. Impact to public. I think
Think
over,
about
I can,
it.
over in the
I can
US
look
is
at it
lower.
from the prospect of I talk to my cousins a lot and they're casual gamers, so I consider them like general public view of gaming.
Mhm.
And they were actually excited for Dragon Ball Fighters. They said it looked fun and it looked like something they'd enjoy playing, and they don't like fighting games, so
I
that made
can
an impact.
also not just that, but back then Xenoverse did a big impact as well.
There, like, I mean, you can see like all over the place people were playing fighters, like just in Republic.
It's transcended just to hardcore Dragon Ball fans, and even hardcore fighting game fans.
Yeah, and there was just like with fighters, there was tons of people that just like, as they were a child, they watched Dragon Ball, and they were like, that looks like the anime I watched when I was little.
Yeah.
It was almost like that. So yeah, for
Especially
this-
with the upgrade to the graphics as well.
yeah, for the public, I'm giving it a 5 because it was pretty big upon the public.
It's a maximum 5 rating, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
I
Well-
I wouldn't go as far as a 5. I'd give it a 4.
I'm
Yeah, I'd
going
give it a
with
4.
I'm going with the Twitch chat when it was announced. Poggers, let's go with the 5.
All right.
I can only say I look not just in fighters, I look in general, and I would give it a 4 as well.
Okay.
I give
Just
4.
don't need to we don't need to focus just in one game, but the whole game franchise.
Yeah.
Also giving it a 4 as well, just the sheer ubiquity of the franchise.
I agree with Quan, man. I give 4.
Will.
A 4.
Okay, and Conscious isn't here. Neither is Erica.
Hog hairs.
All cares. All right. It's legacy.
What?
The legacy of Dragon Ball. Like, what is it like?
I don't think it's left much.
Not really
Like,
a legacy
not
type
really.
of game.
Gaming?
Like
No.
No,
the
it's
not.
anime
Okay.
has, but not
I-
the
Yeah,
video
but
games.
it's nothing to do with the anime.
That's
at
what
all.
I'm
You
saying. Like
can't-
it has that syndrome of where like it will never
It's-
overshadow the
it's- and
cartoon.
We'll talk about this later. It's like the sports games. Like a specific FIFA, like FIFA 15, isn't going to leave that much of a legacy. Football fans will just buy it because it's a football game. Same with like an anime game.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But-
to be honest, there is no legacy because no Dragon Ball game invented something new. It was just an
Yeah, it's not like they're
already-
revealing new stuff in the video
Like,
games.
Yeah.
and in terms of like the pantheon of Dragon Ball games, like it's either like weird experiments, like fusions, or it's like a dream game that we want, but like really poorly executed for the very longest time until like Xeno Fighters.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Give it 1.
It's a 1 for me.
It's a 1. There's
Yeah.
there is
A
no there is no
1.
legacy for the games. It's strictly the cartoon.
yeah.
Like in 20, 30 years, none of them are going to be remembered as, oh my god, it was so innovative.
Okay, Ben. What
Or
did you
maybe
say?
fighters.
One.
But
No, not even Fighters.
Okay.
Like
I'm
what's
back.
innovative about Fires?
Nothing. It's just that it's an easy to play game.
Exactly.
People love.
Also, Fighters is more or less a copy of the other Arc games.
No, it's not. It's a
Well, it's different, yeah, but there are some basics in there.
Well, that's
Does
in
weird
every fun
things.
game.
does
Yeah.
weird things, but yeah, it's
While
a
you're
simple to
both
play
here,
fighter.
Conscious, what would you gonna give it for the gamers?
Gamers?
Like
What do you
impact on
the
gamers?
impact to
Impact.
gamers.
mean? Dragon Ball? I'll give it like a 2.
Okay. What about on public?
Public?
Public.
Yeah, so like average, like everyday mom pop
Like
on the street or like
we all
just
gave
casual
it 5s
kids.
and 4s because it was pretty big upon public.
I guess
I would say 3.
I'd give it a 2.
Nice.
God dang.
Harsh
okay.
crowd.
Anyway.
Because I would say, like you said, to the anime fans out there, that the Dragon Ball games go over great and big, and those, I would say, a lot. They have the anime fans and the gaming fans overlap, but then you have those fans that do not overlap that will buy the game just because it's a Dragon Ball game. So,
Okay. We're on Legacy
Well-
now. What do you guys feel about the legacy of it?
The legacy of the games.
Yeah.
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 I'm giving that a 1.
I'm giving it a
because-
2 because a lot of people know about the Budokai series.
I have to give it a 1 because
But
the legacy, like it haven't. The newer ones have deviated, but most of them follow the anime. There is really nothing. If you watch the anime, you're really not missing out on a lot in the game.
Yeah.
So
Okay. There is, but I missed opportunity, and I need to make the joke. Well, there's still the legacy of Goku.
Boy.
Whoa.
Did Zach say
I don't get it.
It's a game.
your legacy?
Oh.
Game.
I gave it a 1.
Okay. What did Will give it?
I think Will gave 2.
Okay, 2. Okay. Didn't everybody else vote?
Yeah, 1.
On to art style. I'm giving this a 5 because the art style in Dragon Ball games are phenomenal. I think Toriyama's work is honestly insane. Like,
Well, then you need to give Dragon Quest as well a 5.
I probably will because Toriyama is just an insane artist. Like the newest game looks so good.
I can't deny anything about the way the games look. Like it's not a 5, but it's a 4 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Or
I feel that in Dragon Ball, Toriyama's art's kind of samey. So we get to like Majins or something that's not a Saiyan. But other than that, like it's pretty good. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'd say 4 as well.
I like some of the things from the art style. I don't like it entirely, but I have to still give it good stuff because it does look kind of good. And some of the
I just say, Zack, Android
What?
21.
Oh,
I was gonna
Don't
get
get
into
me
that.
started about Android 21.
I do like
Knuckles
Years.
clicks when you need it.
there are little chances that they get for new characters, and when they do it, I honestly think they haven't let me down on like designing new characters. So I'm gonna give Grids what he wants. I'm gonna give it a 5.
Poggers.
fucking poggers, bro.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Canchas say what he is?
nope. I thought I was giving it a 4.
Okay.
Enough.
Did Erica say?
Yeah.
Oh, you said 4, didn't you?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I think Will's the only one that hasn't, so yeah. We are done with Dragon Ball now. I'm gonna calculate the scores.
It's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very long stream, guys.
We here for the long haul.
I think we should still discuss each thing we talked about, but give one score at the end. Just to make it go faster for, 200 plus game?
God.
Give it 6.
Bracket.
Nolens.
Knowledge.
Turtle.
Nah, we're good.
Portals?
I ain't trying to take 10 years.
Calm down.
All the way home.
We spent almost like
Well, okay, I'm just
How
gonna
many
round it
hours
off. That's a
last week?
3.11.
3.11.
Yeah, 3.11 for Dragon Ball.
3.11 is not a number, great.
Whatever, bro.
And you bitch about school being too easy.
Yeah, token.
Okay.
No, right.
On to Bravely Default. Gameplay / story.
I can't speak on this. I don't know much about these games.
I've
I
watched
can't
people
either.
play it.
It's
I
I
can
give it-
only say the gameplay is brilliant. The story is it's standard RPG kind of thing.
But that's the thing. It's
Stories?
It's story driven gameplay. The entire game is driven by the story. You have purpose
Yeah.
with the story. Story is the driving force. With a Dragon Ball game, for example, they can make a game where there's no kind of story. It's just, hey, you can fight these two characters. This game is made by the story. You have an objective. Everything leads toward the main objective. All the story supports trying to complete the main objective.
Depends. Like sometimes,
say-
depends. Sometimes the mechanics carry a game on its own, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
they don't. Story's kind of mixed. Some people like it, some people hate it.
Yeah.
Doesn't the first game does some meta stuff, but it goes with its usual JRPG trope. Nothing really spectacular. But mechanics are fun. Additional Final Fantasy gameplay.
I'm gonna be
I
right
wou- I
back.
wouldn't-
I'll put my things in the chat. Just comment in.
Okay.
Hello. I would say the tropes are you can't really just talk about tropes because like most video games would have tropes that they follow and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say tropes would take zero. I would say if we talk about exclusively the story of the default, not typical pick out typical JRPG tropes and shit like that. It's a good story.
It's passable. It's better than a lot of things I've seen.
Yes.
But not great. Like people can debate a lot
I
of
would say
great default, especially its length.
I will say I have played the game. I did not enjoy it, but I can respect it.
Yeah, I
Gameplay
haven't
is fun,
played
though.
it.
I love gameplay. Gameplay just it rules.
I'd give it
Yeah,
a
the
3
gameplay
personally.
in it is really great.
Like the gameplay in
Can-
it is good, but the story's kind of lackluster.
You can mix match jobs and shit. You can make fucking punching white mages. I'll take it.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. When was it the last time with a good job system in a game?
5,
Bravely Default.
9, like that's saying something because Square fucking went Tetsuya Nomura and just made all these pretty things and didn't give a shit
Yeah.
about gameplay. Which is sad, but it took forever for
Yeah.
a game to go back to its roots.
Yeah, that's the thing that I liked that it brought back the class systems,
Anyway,
class and job.
go ahead and do your votes. I gave it a 3 for gameplay and story.
I
Well,
give it a 3.
I give it a 4.
I'm doing a 4 as well.
I'd give it a
Same.
3 just because I think the mechanics alone kind of pull it. I don't think the story's really the best.
I'll give it a 3.
What's the V-Stings?
I'm a
in the chat.
Vsing, chat.
Oh, you
4
put in
from
voice chat.
Vsing.
4. Yeah.
Okay. On to the impact to gamers. It's just me. I didn't really see many people among gamers talking about it.
To be honest, I saw many talk about it in gamers.
It's a niche game,
The
but
niche
in
game
its
especially.
in its like little bubble, it's pretty good. Like the
Yeah.
fact that like, because you got to put it in context here. For the past like 10 years, all Square's made it's like Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, it
And-
was. That's the reason why many people talked about it. It was
And-
a new property by Square.
Yeah. It was a new game by Square, which wasn't like, it was weird because like all they were making was KH.
But if you're
Final
talking about
Fantasy.
like people that are not huge RPG fans and that are gamers, like I didn't see hardly any at all talking about Bravely Default.
That's fair.
I can only say what I saw, and I saw many people talked about it. I can only talk about my point of view.
I'll say that I saw quite a few maybe on the first 2 days of launch. After that, it was done. There was
I
no.
saw-
To be
talking about it
fair,
anymore.
the game that we got was like 3 years late.
I saw approximately one person talk about it, and all I'm gonna say, she's a hoe.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I give it a 2.
I I agree with Gridz.
Two.
Go.
I'm gonna give it a 3. It's a niche genre. It's a niche game, but it did well in its bubble, like way more than it deserved to. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'll go with the 3. Like Ben, I can appreciate a niche market being a part of like 20 different niche markets of like genres. So yeah, just give it a 3. For its genre, it's a good game.
I give it a 3 as well. Vsing said 4 in the chat.
I think Vsing really likes Bravely Defaulted. Like, I don't think he plays it, but I think he's watched it.
Did Canchas say anything? I don't know why he's being so quiet.
Got 10,000 yes ma'ams as soon as the stream started.
He's not here, so okay. On to Impact the Public. I will say that it barely had any on the Impact the Public.
It did
Unfortunately,
not have,
no.
Public,
It did-
yeah.
It gets a
did
1
not.
for me.
1
Yeah,
for me
1.
as well.
Yeah, it's a 1.
Yeah, it's a 1. Sucks to say, but it's true.
Sucks as up.
If you don't already know about the game, you're not going out of your way to play the game.
Yeah, unless someone tells you about the game, you're not gonna
Yeah, like,
find it.
like unless you already have a friend or
Unlike-
you've played a game previously of it.
Unlike it's like bigger contemporaries like Final Fantasy, no one's.
So it's mostly
Vsing
everybody.
gave it a 1 as well.
Okay, mostly all ones. It's legacy. I do not feel like it had much of a legacy either. It was just kind of the same.
Yeah, it's kind
It has a niche market legacy.
It is also kind of a new property, to be honest. Not that old that it can have real legacy.
I mean,
think
it did get a direct sequel right
Yeah.
second.
I think it has a legacy, but not in like a game, more like a context legacy. And it's more for the company, because they made like HD games that really didn't cater to traditional JRPG tastes. I think it's like they made a game that catered to JRPG tastes, waited 3 years for it to come out to the West, and people still bought it. No, that says a lot. When the company said that, oh, these games don't work anymore. In that fact, it has a legacy. It's just it's not. It's just that it's not public. It's not big. People won't see it. But as a grand scheme of things, hey, these people exist. Just please don't ignore us. Type of deal.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like personally, if you can't say that Dragon Ball had a legacy, you can't say that this one does either. Because this one has much less of a legacy than Dragon Ball did.
True.
And
But I
Dragon Ball
hope
almost
that,
got straight
like-
ones across the board for a legacy.
Yeah, that's fair. But that's because it caters to its own anime, right?
I'm giving it a 1. I don't feel like it had any legacy.
I give it a 2. Like, it's not like its own. Like, its legacy will be subtle and will be only due to time, but like it has one.
I
It's
can
very
see myself
important.
20
give
years
it
from
a
now
2.
being like, "Hey, Bravely Default's bomb." Like,
I
oh.
think Brave Default's important, but not important in like the big picture.
It was just a
Well-
stepping stone to show that RPGs still can work.
Okay,
Exactly. Just
when you
need to
gonna
give
leave
them a
again.
good game.
Yeah, but I would give it a 2 as well.
Hello.
Hello, we're talking on the
Uh,
legacy of it.
I gave it a 2 in the chat. Grids, try and get some background music. It's very bare bones when I was listening.
Okay.
Yeah, you should play some Bravely Defaulted music.
Ew, Dad.
Just any music.
Any music.
I know it was a joke.
Relaxing gaming music.
Oh god, that's very bitter. I just drank some lemon juice.
Why?
What did you
why?
expect was gonna happen?
I like lemon juice, but damn, that was
Okay.
not made well.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
right.
Okay, Trent, I see you.
Wait,
You
what?
can't-
the
you can
the
t-
legacy of Hubba's lemon juice.
He can talk in an hour. He wrote
Okay.
in the chat.
Okay.
You can put your things in the chat, Trent.
Yeah. We can get you for the next game.
Legacy
Go
wise,
Zero
I-
does
I-
not get mad at
I gave it a 1. I don't think
Give
it had
it a
anything.
2.
It's basically 2, like 1.6 ish.
My biggest thing with it is like how y'all gonna say Dragon Ball didn't have a legacy and this does?
Because it won't be looked back on.
You won't be
like,
looking back on Bravely Default and say that.
I feel like
Yeah,
people will.
actually, yeah.
I think people will.
I don't.
Yeah.
I was like the bad thing that Dragon Ball has for it legacy wise is that the legacy for the game will never be anything that the game gave you the cartoon didn't. Bravely
yeah,
Default gives
the
you
legacy
like
in
as a
Dragon
game
Ball
purely.
games are the Dragon Ball anime, not the games.
Not the games.
Right,
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the hardest part.
We're looking at
for
the
Dragon
game,
Ball.
like, yeah, people are gonna call this like
It's a
gem.
It's the same kinda with Digimon. People won't look back on the games; they'll think about the anime. Pokemon's a different story.
I
but-
don't know about that.
Also, if you guys are paying attention, I would really appreciate it. Like from these next times, like go down the list and just say it instead of just like I have to call out each of you because it's so hard to remember everybody that hasn't said something.
Okay.
Because like people like Canchas and like people like Zack and Ben, sometimes they don't say nothing. So it's really hard for me to keep up with that.
Okay.
Anyways, I have 1, 2. I have 1 and 4 twos. I know that Vsing said
It was
2.
a 2.
Ace said 2.
Yeah.
Demon said
did
2,
as-
and then so did Ben.
I said 2 as well.
Okay,
I said
I'm-
wine.
I'm-
1.
And I said 1.
Conscious.
Give it a 2.
Its art style. Its art style was really good. I won't say that much.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's very
It
pretty.
is, it
Especially-
is a pretty game.
it's
Especially
pretty.
for a 3DS game.
I will give it a 4. It was very decently good.
It's a 4 for me.
Quattro.
Yeah, a 4 for me as well.
4.
Use a 4.
I love it. I love Akihiko Yoshida's artwork. 4.
Will, I think it's the only one who didn't say anything.
For art style, it was about a 3 for me. I remember seeing it, but I wasn't really impressed with it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 4 as well.
All right. I think that's mostly everything. I'll calculate the numbers.
Boop, boop,
How
boop,
fun
boop,
negative.
boop, 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 boop. Can we get the Jeopardy music? Dun, 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 dun.
This music I have in the background is pretty nice.
That's
Oh,
from Zelda.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Freaking Sacred Grove from Twilight Princess.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh wait, no, that's Midna's Desperate Hour or whatever.
2.56. It loses.
With the window.
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball 1.
Probably just because of the
It-
public impact, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's like the big
Yeah.
carrying point. It's like it was a big deal.
Yeah, the game had the Bravely Default had no impact at all. Public.
Yeah. And that's the hardest point for it, is that like Dragon Ball, like the hardest thing that hit Dragon Ball was also the thing that carried it at the same time. Like it
Two-edged
doesn't have a
sword.
legacy to it, yeah. But at the same time, it's still a huge fucking like category in its own.
Okay. You want to go ahead and go on to the next one, which is Double Dragon versus Ninja Gaiden.
Oh god.
Oy,
Oh.
oy, oy, oy.
Yikes.
I can't really talk about
This is gonna
one
be
'cause
even.
I've only played a little bit of Double Dragon.
I haven't played either, so I have no idea.
Okay. So story, I guess we're starting off with in gameplay.
I'm Double Dragon.
For what, Double Dragon first? It's
Double
it's not
Dragon,
really
yeah.
a story-driven game though. It's like a beat 'em up game.
Full gameplay.
I will
Hey,
say
no,
though, for
friend.
gameplay wise, it did revolutionize the side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah.
it did
Like
do
that was like the first proper good side-scrolling beat 'em up.
I
It
think
was
it's
released
also
in 87 or 88, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Something
it's
like that.
pretty-
It was an
pretty
old
early.
game.
I think
Yeah.
it's one of the first side scrollers beat 'em
Yeah.
ups with a story. As
Yeah.
small as it is, it has a story. You
Yeah.
see it and you play.
Okay, as in gameplay for those that have played the game, what do you feel it gives?
For Double
the
Dragon, it's
time?
really fun.
For the time, it was around a 4.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
about 4.
4.
It's simple, but it's still good.
Yeah. And we need to separate as well. I played it once on the arcade. It was wow.
Yeah.
Okay, go down the list, please. Oh, you're not doing it. Like top to bottom.
Trent gave it a 4.
Okay.
4 as
Mm.
well.
I'll give it
And
a
I gave
4.
it a 4.
I can't really speak on.
Conscious.
Me for.
Why are you not talking?
I'm trying not to talk over people.
4 for me. Ace.
I give it a 4.
I
Ben?
give it a 3.
Will?
3.
I've only played minimum like amounts of it, so I can't really judge.
Okay.
I have not played it at all, so.
Alright.
Okay.
So only divide it by the people who voted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember to change the number of people you divide it by.
Okay. Impact to gamers.
Me personally, this was one of the first fighting games that I played.
So what was this impact to gamers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sorry, this is gonna be the first 5 I gave. Like I said, it revolutionized like the beat 'em up.
Yeah.
This was the first time people were like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!"
Mm-hmm.
Like this led the way for stuff like Ghouls and Ghosts, Streets of Rage, like that kind of game.
Yeah.
Forget the other game.
It
Golden Axe.
pretty much opened
And Golden
the
Egg,
door.
yes, man.
It opened the door for gamers.
And what? Final Fight.
Final Fight is right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go down the list. I'll help you out with that, Grids.
Thank you.
Trent. Trent
Gave
says
a
a 5. Demon.
It's really hard. I give it a 5 as well. It did really have a big.
Alright. Vsync.
You already
5.
said 5. Yep.
Conscious.
4.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. Ace.
Ow.
Give it a 5.
Ben.
Like for what it was, it's
4.
amazing.
I
He
said
said
Ben,
Ben,
not
but
Will.
That's
I'll
fine.
Oh.
I'll give it a 5 as well.
Alright.
I have never played it.
Understandable.
I can respect
but-
it, but I've never done played it.
Okay, on to the next.
What's the next one?
Impact to public.
For me, this is very high as well because people
Yeah.
still know it and talk about it. Like, my dad's obviously not a gamer, but he knows Double Dragon. Like,
Well,
I
he
mean, there's
knows...
a
Even-
movie, so.
Even the shitty
Exactly, there
movie.
was a movie.
When it comes to Double Dragon, there was a movie. There was a cartoon series spawned
Oh, I
off of
forgot
the video game.
Yeah.
There was a comic book limited series produced by Marvel.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty big in its time.
Like it
Still,
was
still remembered fondly.
Yeah, like I could probably call up one of my friends who is
Well-
not a gamer and say, "Do you remember Double Dragon?" And she will most likely be like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Well,
I played the shit
not,
out of that.
I played
not talking about the newest Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Anubis, it's like best games, but we have certain criteria we're going off. So it's not so much just opinion based, as in, I like this more than that. Like, we're discussing things like the impact it left on gaming, like the legacy of the games, like their graphic, well, not graphics, but the art style, the gameplay, things like that.
Yeah.
So this is going to be in for the long haul, Anubis, and thank you for joining us. We understand if you can't be here for all of this, because it's going to be long.
Yeah.
Be like 10 hours stream.
So
Yeah.
I'll go down the list for grids. Trent.
Also,
Okay,
Trent, if you
got
can put it in the TeamSpeak chat instead of putting it into the
Either's fine. I'm reading the
Yeah, I've
Stream
got
chat.
I got the stream chat open.
Okay, as long as y'all read
Trent
it.
says
yeah.
5.
Oh, okay.
Demon.
I say 4.
Okay.
It's a 4
next-
for me.
4.
Okay. Conscious.
4.
I will give it a 4 as well. Ben.
4.
What?
Will.
4.
All right.
It's legacy. This should be very high.
It's
Yeah.
a straight up 5.
Mm,
Yeah.
Same
5.
reason as the impact to gamers. It's a 5.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is that pretty much a general consensus?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Ooh.
Okay.
It has impact, but it hasn't had long-lasting legacy in its own series, in its
But
own right.
it's remembered.
Yeah,
I
it's
still
remembered.
think it does have like people will say like Streets of Rage is the best side scrolling, but without Double
Yeah.
Dragon we wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, I give it 4 on the impact
Does everybody
alone.
give it a
But I
5
think the
except for me?
game's quality
Yeah.
has diminished over time.
Okay.
Mm,
Wait.
I give it a
wait,
4.
well,
Ace,
Are you
Well-
going 4?
Yeah, I said a 5.
Ace gave it a 4.
Yes, Ace did.
Okay.
5 and 5. Okay, that should be right. I think. Yep. Art style. First time.
to be honest, art style, it was not mind blowing. More
For
generic.
first time it was
Well,
good, but it
it was
wasn't.
good.
It wasn't like holy shit. Like
Yeah. So
For-
I would. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was that big.
It was more of the art style really only came into play when you would get like the end credits
yeah.
and at the beginning of the game.
I mean, yeah, even for the time, it was just subpar,
Yeah.
pixel graphics. It wasn't
looks
like
nice.
anything amazing.
It's a beat 'em up game. It's not like it's gonna have like the budget
Yeah, that's the
to.
thing. They didn't need to try. Like
Yeah,
Right.
but there were
they
better
know what
games
they were
during the
going
time
for. Yeah.
that had
Yeah.
way better graphics.
I don't know.
It looks nice, but it's generic now.
It's a
Even at the time, it was kind of generic.
yeah, it's a 3.
I'd go with a 3 as well.
All right, let me go down the list so we can kind of keep this in some kind of order. So don't yell out and answer until I say your name. Trent says 3.
Got it.
Demon,
I say 3 as well.
Okay.
okay. Vsync,
3.
3.
Conscious.
3.
All right, I'll give it a 3 as well.
Yep.
Ace,
3.
Ben,
3.
Will.
2.
There you go.
Let me get the thing now.
Just trying to make this a little bit easier on you.
I'm writing
Grids.
down all the averages so it can be easier for the second round. So we give it. And we could just come up and just like talk about them in general versus each other.
Yeah. So after the first round, it should go a lot quicker into this.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about everything that the criteria base has got about every game.
Can you
Yeah,
put
and
that
we
on the
did-
challenge?
I don't.
The actual average? Or does it have to be a static number like 1 or 0?
I think it has
For
to
the
be
way
static
to the
number.
tournament to work, it has to be just like one.
Has to be
whole-
a victory or not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It just be a
Alright.
score.
Okay. Its average was a 4.02.
Ooh.
Nice.
Also,
Okay, now the Ninja Gaiden.
Oh.
I love Ninja Gaiden, but it's
I-
kind of a,
So
I
even.
I even kind of like the PS3 games.
Like,
Yeah.
oh man. All right, let's start off with story and gameplay. Anyone want to say anything about it?
the story is butt cheeks.
The story is.
The story was okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was weird, but okay.
Yeah, the story
it was
is
fine.
really good to me. Not really good, but like it was better than expected from just a ninja game.
Okay, I had so much trouble following it when I first played it. I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You have
Look,
trouble.
that's
but
fair.
Ace, to be fair, you have trouble following directions to get stars from Mario.
Wait, you get stars in Mario? I thought it was moons.
That's the point. I'm
Yikes!
Okay.
Wait, no, it is moons
But,
in fucking Galaxy.
Okay,
We're
gameplay
talking
slash
about
story. What are you giving it, Trent?
A 2 from
He says a
Brent.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's smash music in the background.
Demon.
I give it a 3. I like the story.
It's a 3 for me.
Especially in the later games, it got really good.
2.
Conscious.
A 2.
I'll give it a 3. Ace.
2.
Ben.
Giving it a 3.
Will.
3.
Grids.
I've never played it.
I
Okay.
can talk about this one.
Zachary.
I can talk about some things on this one.
I give it 1.
Story?
Well,
Ninja
if I
Gaiden
wanted
in
to-
the whole series?
If I wanted a story out of a ninja game, I'd play shitty Naruto.
It is not really.
Still ninja game.
All right. Impact to gamers. This better be high.
Ninja Gaiden Impact the Gamers.
It was.
It
Impact
still
to
talked to.
gamer, it's-
It still
yeah.
talked to be one of the most difficult games ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the NES one.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I mean, I feel like if it gets and I may be like a super casual for saying this, if it gets its own AVGN episode, it's pretty impactful.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Okay. Trent. What are you giving it? A 4. Okay. Demon.
5.
Vsing.
Impact to gamers?
Yep.
4.
Conscious.
Canchas.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Erica.
4.
Ace.
3.
Bien.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Will.
4.
Zack.
I am gonna give it a 4, just
Okay.
because I think it kind of did wonders for its generation.
Impact to public.
It
I
didn't
think-
really have a public impact, I don't think.
Non-existent.
I wouldn't say non-existent. People have heard of it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not like they know exactly what it is. They just know the name Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's-
give it a 2.
It's not on the
especially-
level of like. Yeah, it's
Es-
not.
Yeah. Especially how the last part is pronounced. Guy.
Oh, stop.
Ninja
Gaiden,
Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
Ninja Gaiden Smith.
Trent.
I wish I wasn't
No.
Ninja Gaiden.
1. Okay. Ooh.
1.
What?
Yikes.
I give it a 3.
Okay. Vsing.
It's a 3 for me.
Conscious. Still yes, ma'am. To Erica.
3.
For
Ace.
public impact.
It's a 3.
Ben.
I give it a 2.
Will.
For public impact, is that what we're voting on?
Yep.
I guess
Yes.
I lost. A 1.
Zack.
But Ninja Gaiden Smith.
I'm gonna give it a 2, just because I think it didn't have too much of it, but it gave it enough of like you could talk about it with your friends and stuff.
I know it's
whenever
sad
you
to
go
say,
out.
but at the current things, it looks like Dragon Ball would be. Feels bad. Anyway, Legacy.
Yeah, Dragon Ball get clapped next round.
Oh yeah, easy. Anyway,
Dragon Ball clap.
it's Legacy.
It
Oh,
It's
it
still
has
going.
a really big legacy.
it's still going. It's still a thing.
Yeah. It's still a thing.
You could
like,
legit talk
Even
about
Will
this for
mentioned
days.
there, like people still talk about the difficulty of the NES one. Like that,
And
that's still a
also-
thing.
And also,
It's known as one of
I
the
put-
biggest,
I-
like, the hardest games of all time.
Yeah.
I like the combat with the different.
Yeah, but it kind of has a.
PS3.
It has a negative legacy, especially the PS3
But that-
games.
But
They are
that doesn't
just
mean anything.
written-
Like
are
any
just mostly
publicity is
known
good
for
publicity.
being awful
Yep.
controls.
It's still a legacy.
It doesn't matter, Will. It's still remembered and talked about.
I mean,
it's
like,
still a legacy.
I would say E.T. as a game has
Like-
a humongous legacy as the worst game
like
of all time.
Will, you're a wrestling fan. People still talk about the Shockmaster.
yeah. Yeah.
Even though he was only remembered for that one segment, it was memorable enough that like 30 years later, we're still talking about it.
Yeah, he
You're
has
right. Even if
legacy.
it's the worst thing ever, if you still talking about it as the worst thing ever, it still had an impact.
E.T. is a
For
great example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
E.T. is a perfect example.
Yeah,
It's a
thank you,
legacy of the
Grizz.
worst game of all time.
Exactly.
There'll
But
be-
everybody
Everybody
still
E.T.
talks
game,
about
but everyone still knows it.
I would say there'll be a lot of games on the list who could potentially they had bad games in the series, but people still talk about those bad games, how bad they were, and they use those bad games as comparison. How certain and so forth game is good. So to be fair, that's a legacy. It might not be a good legacy.
Okay.
Legacy.
We all came across this. Trent, how do you feel it gave? 4.
I give it a 4 as well.
Yeah, it's a 4.
Conscious? Not here?
4.
Oh, he's here. No, oh.
Yeah,
He was
I was
just talking.
Oh, sorry. Erica said 4.
Talk over him, bro.
Ace.
3.
3. Ben.
I'm a 3 as well.
Will.
3.
And Zack said 3. Okay. It's art style.
Over the years, the art style has gotten better. In my opinion, it had a pretty damn good art style. I enjoyed it. It was when it first came out, it was very good.
Yeah,
And-
especially the backgrounds.
Yeah, I think with a game that transitions throughout years, that's had lasting potential. If its art style needs to improve, and in my opinion, its art style has improved with the times. It continues to improve more and more as time passes. I think.
They
Pretty
aren't
good art style.
lazy games.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
they're very pretty.
Yeah.
All right. Trent. 3.
I give it.
You give it what? Demon?
I give it a 4.
Easy.
4.
4.
Erica is not here. Ace.
Erica
4.
wrote down 3 parts.
Did she?
Yeah.
Where?
Huh?
Oh,
4
sorry.
for legacy and art 3.
Okay. What did they say?
4.
Okay. Ben.
On 3. Thinking about it.
Will.
3.
Is Zack here?
Huh?
Okay. What do you give it an art?
Ninja
Art.
Gaiden.
2.
Yikes.
All right. Let's add them up. I can already, just by looking at the numbers, can tell you that Double Dragon won, but I'll calculate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a better game.
It's different. Hmm.
No, I would say 100% that Double Dragon is a better game than Ninja Gaiden.
I agree.
I don't think Double Dragon's aged well to the 21st
Yeah.
century.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like in pure like essence of what a game is, like you can just kind of look at a game and say this game's probably like it's like when you're at like fucking GameStop and you're looking at the older games that are in the discount bin, and it's like there's like Double Dragon that's $10 or there's Ninja Gaiden that's $5. Like you're gonna pick Double Dragon 90% of the time unless you don't have the money.
They got a 312. 1 point better than Dragon Ball.
Wait, like
Yeah.
one whole point or like 0.1 better?
0.1 better. Sorry.
Oh.
So Double Dragon moves on. By Ninja Gaiden. The next one is Farmville versus Honey Pop.
Oh, this is some good shit.
Farmville?
You
Yeah.
never
Yes.
played Farmville, like the Facebook game?
Yeah, I have. I was just trying to make sure we were talking about Farmville.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
no,
my
talking
vote.
about-
Canchas is part of this list for the same reason something like Angry Birds is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of kicked off the I guess Facebook gaming, because to be fair, weird Facebook gaming is a large thing now, and Farmville was one of the first ones, and it was fucking huge as hell for some
Yep.
fucking reason.
Okay.
Hey,
Alright.
come to my farm. I invite you on Facebook.
Yeah, like you don't know how big this was, like especially like like when I was in high school, like everybody's fucking mom, sister was like,
Exactly,
hey,
exactly.
was
Yeah,
like,
dog.
hey, do you have a Farmville? I need to get like this certain thing when I have enough friends, blah blah blah.
I
And
need
this shit was fucking
Apple
huge.
seeds.
Yeah, dude, like
Mhm.
straight up,
Yeah.
oh hey, I want an apple tree. Can you friend request me? Like you can
Nah,
delete me
hey.
after, it's fine.
Yes, I got you. If we want to talk about that, my grandmother, my mom's mom, she's so addicted to this game, she lost her job over it.
My stepgrandmother
Oh.
still fucking plays it, bro.
He
Wait,
thinks she was a registered nurse.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Calm down. Gameplay / story.
Ah!
we talking about-
We like to give
Farmville?
zeros.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
No,
There's
give it a
really no
1.
story.
I'm just giving it a 1.
Hard one.
Yeah, it's gonna one.
Can we not give 0?
Nah.
One.
You gotta respect it has enough gameplay for casual gamers to be like, hey, this is
Yeah.
fun.
I don't know. I tried it even back in high school. I'm like,
Yeah, but
"Man,
you're
why
not a
everybody
casual
play it?"
gamer.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
he is,
hard
what?
one.
Oh, okay, you're
That's
right.
fair statement. With
Kid
it's a fair
plays
statement.
Fortnite.
That's a fair statement. His favorite games are Fortnite and Overwatch. These are fair statements.
Oh god.
All right.
You don't play good.
We got 1 for gameplay. Perfect. All right. Impact to gamers.
One.
Impact to
1.
gamers.
To
One.
gamers, one.
To gamers, two or three
No.
gamers
No.
are
Negative.
in. There's a lot of crossover.
No.
It,
I was gonna say,
I haven't personally seen any though. That's the thing.
yeah, I don't see a lot
Like,
of
there's
people-
no one that I've met from my online days that play it. Like,
Hmm.
no one on TeamSpeak plays it that I know
Okay, so you
Well,
give it a 2,
yeah.
Will?
I'll give it a 2.
Okay, everybody else?
Because
What do
me
you think?
as a gamer, it impacted my life because my mom, aunt, grandmother, everyone around me played it.
of. That's fair. That's a fair way of looking at it.
And impacted my
In
grandma.
that case, yeah, I have to give it a 2 as well. Then, yeah.
Yeah. Two.
But I give it still a 1 because what you're all talking about sounds more like general public because
It
No,
is.
all
As-
your
as-
family
I'm
and friends
back.
played it.
No. As a gamer, it affected my life because a lot of times I had to go help them,
Yeah.
teach them how to play it and stuff
I
like
had
that.
to teach a
How to-
lot of like my sisters, my little brother, my cousins, my
Yeah.
aunts. Like,
So yeah, us as
Okay.
hardcore gamers, we might have
Calm
personally
down for a
played
second.
it.
I know Trent's
Oh, sorry.
1. I know Deem's 1. Vsinghb 2. Conscious 2.
Mhm.
What are we
Yeah,
talking about?
Erica, Farmville for impacting
Farmville.
gamers.
Impact the gamers?
Yeah.
yeah, 2 gamers.
1.
Uh,
Story and gameplay, by
Ace.
the way.
we all put 1 for that. You want
Be a 1
I'd
for
give
me.
it. I don't know. 3.
3?
Like,
What the
I'm
heck?
on Facebook
I'm
right
telling
now,
you, bro. It
and
was
it's the
fuck. It
top
was a
rated
big. It was a
game.
big fucking deal.
through all my friends.
It
Okay.
was, it was a big fucking deal, bro.
Ben?
I'm not kidding.
1.
1. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Impact to the
Impact
public. Straight 5, boy.
5.
5.
Oh boy. Yep.
I still get
Yep.
crap on my Facebook about fucking Farmville.
Yeah, my step grandmother still messaged me every fucking week. I get play Farmville, get an apple tree, get a well. On my fucking face.
Yo, that
And I
might have
can't
just
play
brought it up from the
tonight.
dead right there. Just that one thing.
Well,
To be honest,
Just straight 5s.
Mm.
Yeah.
is anyone
I'd
not
give this
giving
one
it a
a
5?
5.
That's the best way to
Mm,
ask.
Give it a 7.
Cool.
You are wrong if you don't give this a 5.
Okay.
Pretty
Like,
much. I'm
it's
sorry.
legacy.
Annoying
I wouldn't.
as
I wouldn't.
hell.
Okay.
Okay,
Conscious, go.
It was the
Yeah.
first of the Facebook games, so it has a legacy.
Oh no.
I feel
Well,
like
it's-
you just know the answer.
Okay. No, I was gonna say it. Can, Demon pretty much stole my answer, but yeah, it kicked off the Facebook gaming market for like the people. Because to be fair, Facebook was a big thing. Was a college
Still is a big thing.
website. It was a college website, and it evolved into just a social media website. And
Someone watched The Social Network.
I
Shut
don't.
up. Shut up! I actually had a Facebook when it was only college kids. Shut up. But yeah, Facebook evolved into something bigger, and it turned like nowadays. My parents, my grandparents are all on Facebook, and they ask me all the goddamn time, "Oh, what's this game about? Can you teach me how to play it?" I think its legacy is submitted as the largest Facebook game. I think it has made an impact, a legacy of its own just by being there. And if that's how we define legacy, how it impacted the gaming market. It has impacted the gaming market a lot. And my family personally, I can say some of my family members spent $300-400 on that game by itself.
I was gonna say a lot of money has been invested into this game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you cannot sleep on this game at all. I understand us as gamers, it's very simplistic. We don't like it, but as a casual market, people will play that shit for hours on end, dump bank accounts into it, and be happy and think it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
The
It's
Farmville model has been adapted by so many other games
Mhm.
too.
Yeah.
Like in World of Warcraft, there's literally Farmville in one of the expansions where you have to
You
go
have to
and
look at,
take care of a
like,
farm.
even outside of Facebook, you have to look at the style of games that literally copy pasted. Like there's things like Slime Rancher, like other games like that very much just model basically off of what you do with.
Whoa.
What?
No,
Okay.
Zach,
You can't deny that.
You can't deny that. It's
It wasn't
literally.
off of Farmville. It was things off of like Harvest Moon.
No.
like-
The Farmville. You understand what Ace is saying? The Farmville kind of thing where you like, because in Slime Rancher you could have paid a little bit more money for certain items, right? Correct? That will
Not
help
actual money.
But keep in mind, it might not be actual money, but it's Farmville. It's
It's
Slime
the
Rancher.
format.
I feel like
Yeah.
Farmville kind of got its stuff from Harvest Moon, in a way.
Yeah,
Maybe,
but
but it wasn't nearly
as
big.
It brought
Yeah.
it to the general public.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge accomplishment if
So
you
would
can
you
bring
s-
something like
Would you
that
say that's
to the general
Harvest
public.
Moon's legacy?
No,
Speaking of
because
Harvest Moon,
people
we didn't
won't.
put it
No,
on here.
because people won't remember it as Harvest Moon. People will remember it
It actually
as
makes me sad.
Farmville.
That's
But
Farmville, yeah.
can I say one thing?
Well,
Out of all the Facebook games, I think this is the second biggest within Legacy.
Yeah, I just want
The
to make a little point.
The
real quick.
first one with the most legacy out of the Facebook games will still be Candy Crush.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, but Candy Crush is
is
primarily mobile.
That's a
Yeah,
mobile
I-
game. Yeah.
Is
I
it?
mean, it
Yeah.
started on
yeah,
similar
It's
style
it's
games
it's
started-
mainly remembered as a mobile game and played as a mobile game.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it
Whereas
did start as Facebook.
Farmville is like exclusively like, hey,
Yeah.
add me on Facebook.
You know what makes me
Yeah,
kind of
that's
sad, real
true.
quick?
Well,
We had Farmville on here, but we didn't have Harvest Moon.
I thought we did.
No.
I thought we did as well.
Yeah, we
I'll
did
look at
mention it.
I'll look at it.
That's on you,
What?
Grids.
What? Why?
Never mind, it is on here. I lied.
Oh yeah, because we definitely mentioned it.
I thought that it
Yeah.
wasn't.
so I think we should vote now. So Trent.
Hold on. I gotta scroll back up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Trent. It's on you, bud.
I give it a 4.
Wait, what are we talking about now?
Legacy.
Legacy?
Of
Vote
Farmville.
on Legacy. Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
4 from me as well.
I gotta give it a 5.
Yeah, I'm with Canchas. Give that shit a 5.
Erica, are you here?
5.
Yo, hey,
Ben?
my Farmville about to
Ben?
clap everything.
In here. He's on mode, so I don't know.
Zach?
Will.
Will?
5.
Zach?
I
Just
love how you
because
skipped
of
me.
what Ace said, I'm giving it
3.
a fucking 4.
I gave it a 3.
Okay, Zach. It's okay.
Art style.
Yeah.
It is a minimalistic art style. It's
Just
cutesy.
Just saying,
Well-
I just looked on Facebook. Apparently, there is a Farmville 2 and another Farmville spinoff.
Oh my
Mhm,
God.
I know all about these because I get fuck your requests to join and play.
I've lost respect for you. Fuck you.
Okay. I know about Farmville 2 and the spinoff, and I would say art style for a Facebook game, it was okay. It was okay. It was
Why the
nothing
fuck is there a Farmville 2?
I'm giving it a one.
because. Okay,
It was not a very good art style.
I give it a 3. It is average.
Trent.
2.
It's a 2 for me as well.
Dos.
I'm giving it a 3.
It's not terrible. Like, it is a cutesy game. It's not like
Erica.
Yeah.
ugly or
3.
anything.
Ben.
Right here.
Quan.
He unmuted himself.
Asian.
I am here. I will give it
Oh.
2.
Will.
3.
Zach.
Fuck Ace. 1.
No, Zach. Just don't be biased. That's the whole
No,
point.
I would still
Yeah.
give it a 1 anyway.
I gave it a
It's
1
super
too.
Minimalistic. It's just what it needs to be, but it isn't really much.
But here's the thing. For a
You can't even say for its time.
Facebook game, for the time,
What?
you gotta keep in mind that it's pretty much a web browser game.
I've seen
I
web
like
browser
it.
games
So-
that came out the same time that still look better than that. And it has the same concept.
I'm calculating the numbers. Just because of those 2 lines, I think it's gonna revive itself. That straight 5s is gonna do a lot of work.
Yeah.
But the next one will probably get as well some.
What's the other one?
Honey,
Honey
Pop.
Pop.
2.79.
Those
Okay.
5s helped out a lot.
Well, for Farmville?
Yeah.
It's
For
not
Farmville.
terrible.
Bad face. That was close to being the same thing as Bravely Default.
Yikes.
All right, on to Honey Pop.
Wait, it was higher than Bravely Default. Oh my god.
Oh
Oh
god.
no!
You can't deny the force of the general public and what they like.
Bro, Bravely Default got a 2.56. That's fail.
Hey, Grid, you
Well,
did
to be
expect
fair,
some surprises, remember?
Good lord.
There are other JRPGs on this list that will definitely go
Exactly.
Bravely
We have
Default.
yet to touch upon Final Fantasy.
Oh
You
no.
have yet to touch on Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest, there's
Oh,
other JRPGs that
Dragon
are fucking-
Quest.
Alright, Honey Pop.
So
Uh,
is this the
This
Trent
is
one?
Trent. All Trent. Speak your words.
Yeah.
Alright.
Is Trent allowed to speak now?
Can I speak too?
Can
Yes, you
you?
can, man.
Can I too? 'Cause
Oh.
I actually love Honey Pop. So I can
Yeah.
say
I
it as well.
loved it as well. I completed it.
Yeah.
Wait, does this include Honey Cam? Question.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
It's a spin-off game.
Does that mean that I have to
I'm going
like?
to say something, and it pretty much sums up the game. You can play it one-handed.
Indeed, you can.
Damn.
He's indeed right. He's indeed right.
But we're on the point story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
gameplay
gameplay
story.
story.
Story
Gameplay story.
Story
It's more
game.
for the
It's a-
gameplay.
Okay. I must say, it has one of the wittiest stories ever.
You're literally trying to have sex with every woman. That's
Yeah,
And
but
an
the
alien.
and,
characters.
and a god
And a
fucking-
furry.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
Zack's
it's
in
too
this game?
far.
Alien, furry, goddess, and women's all of ages, even a MILF.
Yo, that MILF was kind of fake. I remember her.
Yeah,
What do you
Jessie.
think?
Yeah,
Jessie, yeah.
Is that the one with the leopard print?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
She was
Jesse.
banging.
Oh,
But-
oh, yeah.
But
the
what
stream has
about?
devolved.
But what of the Indian girl we see?
Oh,
Belly.
Yeah.
She's
a
aight.
one.
Friends.
Yo, the nerdy girl was kind of.
I
I think this shows how much of an impact they had on gamers.
To be fair, the devs have announced that later
coming.
in 2018, Honey Pop 2 will
Yeah.
be released.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, okay. If we're looking at strictly game point, the whole like bejeweled, it kind of went on that bejeweled aspect.
As well as as well as
it
the
went on
dating
Mean
sim.
Bean Machine.
Yeah. To be honest, because of the Bejewel and the dating sim part, I
He's dead.
what happened?
Your mic
mic
cut out.
did
Cut
Oh, I
out.
cut out.
Oh, sorry. I've invested like I think 60 hours into the game. Right at 60 before my computer died.
Yeah.
I played the game a lot.
Like the thing is, if you take away the whole it's fan service thing, it's actually kind of fun as a game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
th-
the
th-
sad
that's
part
the thing
is-
that I said. The characters are written good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
The
really
dialogue's
well written,
funny. It's
and it
smart.
forces you to play more Bejeweled than you want to say that you play
Yeah.
Bejeweled for.
Mhm.
Because Bejeweled is like a pick up and play game. You play it for a
Uh,
bit, you stop. But the fact
I've
that
played
it's in...
Bejeweled for 14 hours straight before.
Hey.
Okay,
The
I'm
fact
going
that
to
it's
be
in this
honest.
framework.
I have
makes it fun.
78 hours in Honeypop.
Even if
no.
you take into consideration Honey Cam, it's honestly the best click farming game I've played.
And
It's a
on top
lot
of
of fun.
that,
Yeah.
we was going to do a
Yeah, Zach.
What way versus?
full four-way versus, but
Yeah, Zach.
someone lost.
No, he got brother Big Toad mid episode, and I had to carry it.
No, I was
Cough,
on the
cough.
Playing Pokemon
I wonder who
music
that
right now.
could have
It's
been.
so
Cough,
beautiful.
cough.
Oh, brother, Big Toad.
It's playing the lower music of like the night theme, bro.
Okay,
But
I think we
For
should go.
gameplay, I'd have to give it a 4.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
It's
Dang.
one of the best of its kind.
slow down.
Same, a
Slow
4.
down. Trent. 4. Demon.
4.
Vsing.
4.
I'm giving it a 4.
Boutro.
4.
Ace,
Quattro.
Eric.
Ben.
Ben.
I'm giving it a
Bitch.
4. It's good.
Grids.
Oh, I like how you skip Will. Will.
Okay. Zack. Will and Zack.
What?
Will.
I have my own vote, motherfucker.
Will.
Give it a 3.
Okay. I give it a 5 because
Zach.
titties.
You actually giving it a 5?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Zack.
Grid's playing that uncensored patch.
You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
That's the only way to play it. Still gets a 3.
He
Yeah,
said I
Zach
gave it
has
a
it,
4 all
so-
around.
I only like tits half the
Okay.
time.
So next is what?
Impact the gamers.
5.
5.
I
Yeah,
Impact to
I think
gamers.
enough about it.
Two.
F-
Gamers
5.
don't care.
Hold on, I have to consult a small friend.
No, you can't say it didn't have any
5.
impact to gamers. Like gamers, streamers, YouTubers that
People
weren't
play it.
doing
Even
No, but that's the
Markiplier
thing.
Played this.
people that don't normally play games like this played this game. That's how much of an impact it had. Like everyone wanted to see this game.
Yeah,
Like,
and also
if
the
pe-
controversy.
And if you ask, no, but if you ask, like, hey, what's banned on Twitch? First thing people think of, Honey Pop.
Yeah, the controversy doesn't help it either. Like it helps it just helps.
It helps it more, yeah.
Yeah.
Better
More people
for
watch
worse.
it, more people play it.
Okay.
I would say that would be more under its legacy, though, not its impact. Because
No,
I
but
played it just because.
But the thing is, at the time, it was everywhere. You couldn't escape it. Everyone was playing it. Everyone was
Yeah.
streaming it.
Let's go down the line. Let's go down the line. Grant.
Yeah, so
Conscious.
Straight up 5.
Okay. Damn.
5.
I'll go 4.
I'll go 4.
Okay.
4.
Erica. Ace.
5.
Ben.
Give it a 4.
Will.
3.
I'll give it a 4, and Zach will give it a 4 because that's what I said. Okay, and back to public. I don't think it had much of one. That's just me.
No.
I'll
it-
be
it
honest.
did.
The public.
I
I
don't- no, it
don't
did
think
not.
it did.
It was barely touched publicly because
Yeah.
it's just another dating game, so people.
It's-
But
did
this
the
is
same.
the
Well-
argument you guys are making for the impact to gamers.
Well,
But the thing
here's-
is, the general public don't know what Twitch is. Like,
But the general public watches Markiplier and all those other motherfuckers.
Here's why. I actually saw a news story about this on I think it was on CNN
It also has
when
titties.
it first came out about the controversy of this.
To
Yeah,
be
but
fair,
that's the thing,
everyone
they-
knows what objectifying women is.
Yeah, they wouldn't remember the game. They'll just like dismiss it and say, "Oh, that's another titty game for my kids to not play." They won't specifically remember Honey Pop. They'll just immediately read it, dismiss it. Okay, that's bad game. Don't let my kids play it. Like they're not gonna
You
single
can't
it
get,
out.
like I couldn't.
It's
go
just
up to my
another
father and
in
be
the
like,
long list of controversial games.
I couldn't go up to my father and be like, you know what Honey Pop is? He'd be like, hell no.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm giving it a freaking 1.
Yeah. So general public, yes, I give it a 1. Because I think it went over well in gamers because like the Bejeweled kind of aspect, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, going on the
Basement dwelling.
Yeah. Trent.
God damn it, Will. Yeah, I have to give it a 1.
Okay,
I give it a 2.
2. Easy.
Visa?
2.
I'm giving it a 2 as well.
Erica?
I'll give it a 2.
Okay. Ace?
2. I think it's fair.
Okay.
I changed what I put on there. Or last one.
Ben?
A 2 for me.
Okay. Will?
1.
Okay. I give it a 1. Zack?
I give it a 3 because it had the big enough thing of getting banned off of Twitch, which a lot of people still go to.
Okay, what'd you say? Hold on, I can't hear because Ben's like...
3.
Okay, so...
Because got banned off Twitch, and now you have to go to freaking other website just to even watch.
yeah, but
someone
this is
stream it.
public.
Okay, you act like Twitch isn't viewed by the
Twitch,
public.
it's
I,
really not.
not really, Zach.
I can't tell you
If,
the amount of
like,
people I've
if
talked
My-
Ninja
to.
look,
or
okay.
somebody like
Twitch
that
is.
could be on the fucking American news, I think it is.
I've talked to people at my school, and they're like, I asked them what Ninja was, and they said he was a YouTuber.
Yeah, exactly. They know the YouTubers. They don't know the Twitch
They
streamers.
see the
They don't know what
videos
Twitch
from 'em.
is. Like all my relatives, all my IRL friends, like I'll say, "Oh, I stream on Twitch sometimes." They all go, "What's that?" Without fail. And they play video games. It's not like they don't play games. Like if I say I do YouTube, they're like, "Oh, cool. How's that?" But if I say Twitch, I have to explain what Twitch is.
Anyway, you still want to keep the 3?
Okay, number 3.
Okay. Legacy. It's Bejeweled.
No,
Go
I
butt with
would say
tits and
legacy
ass.
wise, you have to take consideration like those like clickbaity, like kitty games, blah blah blah. Arguably, this is the biggest. Arguably, in my opinion, maybe
What?
question mark.
Titty
Like,
game?
yeah, the ones like, oh, you can see nude girls by playing this like random game, blah blah blah. This is probably the biggest one, right?
Off the top of my head, if you ask me, like fan service,
I would say
titty girls,
Leisure
I
Suit
would.
Larry.
I'd think of this personally. Like
Yeah,
I know Trent has a laundry list of them.
yeah.
There's the Sakura games. There's Dead or Alive Extreme.
Oh, actually, I take it back. Dead or Alive.
Only
I take it
Kamura.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on here.
The
actually.
only other game that comes to my mind is the what's it called, Zangu Kaguran?
Yeah.
Senran Kagura.
Yeah, Senran Kagura.
Yeah,
Those are pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Well, at least it has gameplay. Not just like Dead or Alive Extreme.
Hey, you had volleyball. You could play volleyball. You just didn't want to play volleyball.
Okay,
did
this is
you?
later on this list, actually.
Just remember, somebody had to program in those jiggle physics.
Okay, go on.
The
my
jiggle
friend.
physics.
That
Trent,
guy's lying.
what are you giving it for Legacy?
Wait, yeah, we're still talking about Honey Pop, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say purely for the reason it will be remembered as that game that got banned on Twitch. I'll go with 3.
Yeah, Hubba puts it well. Tossing up between 2 and 3, I'll give it a 3.
Demon?
I will still say I go 4 because there are still many people in the timeline that are kind of hyped for the next game.
Okay.
It
Decent.
built its legacy for it that people are excited for
Excited
the
for
next game.
Conscious?
Yeah, I'm going 4 as well with Demon. I'm on board with Demon on that
Okay.
one.
Erica?
I'm gonna go with the Demon and Conscious and go to 4.
Ace?
3.
Ben?
3 for me.
Will?
2.
I'm going 2 as well. Zack?
Zachary.
3. Okay. It's art style. There's some nice titties.
Some nice. You're right. You're right. You're
Yo,
right.
5.
Grades? You said it wrong. There was some nice.
Nice.
I would give it
No.
4.
Nice.
That is me.
Nice.
Yeah, I have to give it a 4.
I give it a 4 as well.
Yeah, it's a 4.
4.
4.
Face.
4.
You could load it up today and say, damn, that's a pretty game.
It is 4.
Damn,
Will?
Hopper went with game.
Will?
4.
Zack?
I give it a 5. I respect my women.
All I want to say,
even if they aliens.
really quick, this is gonna be a
In a furry.
humongous number. I think it might beat Double Dragon.
Really?
No.
Yikes.
No.
Look good.
Like that's it is a lot of good numbers.
That's why we have to discuss each game, even with
Yeah.
the averages. we
After
I
have
actually
this one,
prefer
you're
the
gonna-
way we're doing it right now to
I
the.
respect my women, man.
I prefer the format of this stream to the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it takes longer, but it is more fun and it's more balanced, I guess.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect my
I
wom.
respect
Oh, it's
my
not bigger.
women.
Wow.
Y'all can't tell me
Oh.
that wasn't a going.
3.49.
Wait, what, sorry?
Respect my
4
women.
9.
Is that the
Wait, you gotta-
highest so far?
It's higher than Ninja Gaiden. 3.49.
Okay. So Double Dragon
Yeah.
still winning.
The
Yeah,
impact to the public, sorta. Yeah.
Yeah.
it beat
Mhm.
Farmville easily.
I have a feeling there's a certain series of games that are on this list.
Okay, the
Oh,
next one
there's
is
a few coming up. Yeah.
the next one is
Yeah.
Battletoads versus Unreal Tournament.
I've
Okay.
never played Unreal Tournament.
Okay.
I've actually never played either of these games, so I have no opinions.
This is
I
a
haven't
tough
either.
one.
It is, isn't
I
it?
am-
It's so
I'm
even.
not gonna be a part of this one because again, I've got to go to the bathroom again.
I've
I
never
need a
played either
cigarette.
of these games.
Same.
You
Really?
need cigarette too, Conscious?
Wait, what the
I-
fuck? What the fuck is
I'll
this
take a
next one?
smoke.
Simpsons versus Sniper Elite? Hello.
Simulator
Oh.
games versus Warcraft games.
Alright, so which one are we doing first?
Battletoads.
With
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
And we're talking what first?
Gameplay versus
Gameplay? Story? Gameplay? It's still talked about?
Well, gameplay is meh, to be honest.
It was
Still
Claire's
talked about.
favorite game of all
That,
time.
talked about's like Impact. That's
Yeah,
That's
hey, Damon.
fair. That is fair.
yeah, that's
There's that level.
It's
You
a
guys talk
very
about
Exactly.
Battletoads.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that level.
That level, it's not good gameplay, and it doesn't have a story at all. I don't remember the story. Okay, I'm asking you, do you know the story of Battletoads?
Oh hell no,
Yes.
no one
Never
does.
played that
okay.
game.
Some
One.
witch, toads, a girl, done.
I'm-
It's
I'm-
basically the exact same framework as Double Dragon. It just looks prettier.
Yeah, I'm abstaining because I can't. I don't want to give my opinion because I don't know it personally.
I'm giving it a
Go
1 for gameplay, bro. I couldn't get past the first level.
Oh, you even get to the turbo tunnel? You suck.
Okay,
Got 'em,
okay. Go way down the list.
Yeah.
Who's
so,
gonna vote on this?
Grant.
Demon, Trent,
So yeah, for the gameplay, it was smooth. It was tight. Apart from that level.
Between
You
that
can't
and
tell me that's a
Honey
good
Pop?
game.
Are we talking about Honey Pop or are we talking about Battletoads?
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
But smooth and tight.
Furries?
But I respect my women, guy.
like all the women.
Purely because of the gameplay, I have to give it a 3.
I personally give it a 2. For gameplay and story, nah.
It's a 2 for the gameplay.
Sorry.
I'm abstaining because I don't know the game.
Okay, Erica?
But you don't know it,
Okay.
as in never heard of it?
Pacing? Okay.
No, I've heard of it. I just don't. I've never
Ace?
played it. I haven't. I don't.
I've never played it. I don't
Okay,
know.
Ben?
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 3. It's cruel, but at least it controls not like shit.
Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that
Oh,
era, holy crap,
Will?
people bought it up anyways.
I was gonna say, Grid, don't forget to divide by the number of people. Change that as well, because you don't have
Yeah,
everyone.
because sometimes people
It
aren't
auto
here,
does
blah,
it
blah,
by the number.
blah. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Doing it in.
Oh, you have the average thing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I don't think Will's here, is he? Okay.
Well,
Zach.
Give it 3 because still can be playable.
Okay. Impact to gamers. So,
I'm
solid
going
4 by me.
I'm going for a cigarette, but it's a solid 4. People still talk about it, still remember it. That level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still a
that
good
level.
meme after 10 years.
I give same consistency.
Yeah, it's a 4 from me.
Demon?
It's a 4 from me as well.
4, because I respect my toes.
Jason said 4.
4 as well.
Ace,
I've never played the game.
Ben
Yeah,
said 4. And
Oh,
Zach said
same
4.
as well.
Okay. It's straight 4s. Wow. Okay. Impact to public.
I think it's another one of those games like Ninja Gaiden where it's like,
Yeah,
Hey!
it's very.
help me beat this game. Like you always can talk about it with people. Like,
I don't
"Help me
think
beat
it.
this
I
game,
don't
I'm
think
fucking
it's
stuck."
that much in public, but I think it is somewhat there.
I don't think it's talked about in public at all.
I think it's
No.
diminished over time
Yeah.
at a faster rate than any of the classic games we've talked about here.
To be fair, the fans of it, like when I do see them talk, they're pretty passionate. Like fans
Well,
of it are
but-
decent, pretty big fans.
But we're talking about casuals, not fans.
I don't know.
Dealing with the filthy casuals.
Filthy fucking casuals, bro.
You fedora wearing shrub lords.
Yeah, I have to give it a 2.
I give it a 2 as well.
2. Is Vsing put his in the chat?
Wrote down
I
2.
give it
Well.
2.
Alright. I give it, because I don't think anybody else. Ben.
I'll give it a 2.
I give it a 2 as well. Zach?
I give 2.
Okay. It's
2 as
Legacy.
well.
Oh, okay, you're finally back. 2. Okay, okay, Legacy.
It has some because of that level.
I would say it's only legacy is that it's a meme.
Yeah.
Well, that is
That
Legacy.
and like cameo appearances,
Yeah, like in Killer Instinct and shit.
right? In
Oh,
Rare
wasn't there
Replay.
even some Ninja Turtle crossover bullshit thing?
That was an Injustice. Oh, you mean for
Killer
Battletoads?
Instinct.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I still like First Legacy. I still hear people talking about it as one of the hardest games ever. Like, I don't know. I think for me personally, I would give it like a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
Okay.
sounds fair.
Then we go down the list. So Canchas had 3.
Yeah.
I agree fully with 3. It has some legacy, but not
said
well
4?
remembered.
Ben?
3. Now people can actually say they have Battletoads.
Will?
3.
Zach?
Hey.
It's art style.
Oh, it has read a good one, to be honest.
It was
First,
unique.
Especially the
it looks
morphing
amazing.
fists and feet.
The fucking rare game that we can remember before DKC and like Ban.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying something.
I like the way, just simply just because I love the way
Yeah.
that the frogs look. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah. Jarrett puts it the best. The thing I remember the most is that giant fist punch.
Yeah.
Giant boot? The giant boot.
Like the giant boot too, yeah.
Yeah, I give it 4.
I have to give it a 4. Its art style was really good for like on the
I
SNES.
give it a 4 as well. It was really fluent art style.
As Vsing gave his?
3.
He gave it a 3.
No, that was the one before.
No,
It was Legacy.
it was not.
Was it? Oh, yep, sorry. Okay. Ben?
I'll give it a 4 as well.
Will?
Yeah, 3.
3. Zack? Zack.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Average time. Bang. This one, this one.
Hello,
Hello,
Toast.
Toast.
Hello, Toast.
Hi, Toast.
Hello?
No, Jesus.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Toast. What's up, dude?
Oh, hi, Toast.
Hey,
Hi, Toast.
We're talking about video
Welcome
games.
to-
I've been here.
Oh, well, shit. Okay.
Wow. That's the first time that happened.
What?
It's an even number.
Wait, what?
Straight up 3.
Okay.
Nice.
That makes me.
3's an odd number. By the way, be right back.
Okay.
It means like
God dang it.
a non-integer
Yes, that. Cuck Lord.
Will with the math knowledge.
Knowledge.
Oh,
boy.
It is time for Unreal Tournament.
No, I
Ben,
was about to
Yo.
say
take it
on
away.
this one.
Unreal Tournament?
Yeah, Unreal Tournament.
Story gameplay.
Doesn't have one.
It does not have a story, but it has gameplay.
That's good gameplay.
Oh, so
So fun.
it's so yeah.
I played Unreal Tournament. It was one of the funnest things I ever played in my life.
God.
Especially the fucking light gun.
So good. So good. Maps are done well. Weapons sound great. They feel great. Like, what can you say?
Yeah, it has one of the best gameplays in shooter history, I would say.
Yeah?
I give it a 4.
Give it a
Solid
4 as well.
Yeah, solid 4.
I give it a 4 because it does not have really a story, it's just gameplay, so
Give it 5. Okay. Canchas, do you have input?
Nope. Sorry.
Erica? Still pooping? Ace?
I've never played the game.
Alright.
No idea.
I don't even know what.
You never played
I
Unreal
need some
Tournament?
explanation to. No, I've played it, but I need explanation for what I'm doing.
Okay, essentially what we're
it's
doing,
for
we do a criteria for each game, and what we're given a we're on impact. Or no, we have the first one is gameplay, that's story. The second one is impact to gamers. The third one is impact to public. The fourth one is legacy, and the fifth one is art style. And pretty much you give it a rating from 1 to 5 each time.
Well, I'm gonna go with a 5 on gameplay.
Ben,
Yeah, 4. I'm giving it a 4.
Will,
4.
Zack. Not here.
There we go.
Impact to gamers. Probably a pretty huge one.
it is the
Yes.
grandfather of esports.
Yeah.
It really is.
I watched
That's
on
legacy.
television back in the day tournaments of Unreal Tournament.
Is it really that big?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Like,
I've heard of
you
it.
know,
but I've never-
Overwatch and CS:GO. This is like the grandpappy. of
No.
all of those things.
Yeah. I give it for gamer impact a 5, no doubt.
I've never played it, but I've
Trentus?
heard of it.
Yeah, 5.
Vsinghb.
Hello.
Oh, okay, we're on impact to gamers.
Gamer impact.
5. It's the grandfather of esports.
Okay,
Yeah.
Canchas doesn't know. Erica's pooping. Aces. You want-
Never knew.
Okay.
Heard of the
Josh?
game, never played it.
Yeah, it's gotta be 5.
Yep.
Ben.
5.
It's
Will?
gotta be me.
5.
I'm giving it a 5 too. Impact to gamer for Unreal Tournament.
What? Fails.
What?
What?
Zack.
Back to give it 5, but I was overlooked.
No,
No,
was
you can
telling
give
you
it
what
5
it was.
now.
I give it 5.
Because you were going, huh? Because I was just telling you what it was.
Yeah, Zack said 5.
Okay, it was straight 5. That's crazy. Anyway, impact the public.
It has a big impact.
Fine.
Yeah, it did.
It's also normal
And-
television
Wait,
in
are they about the
Germany.
series itself, or?
Yeah.
Yes,
Wait,
as a
sorry?
whole, like
Yeah, Unreal as its own entity, not just one game.
I'm gonna give it
Okay.
a 3 because I don't think it's as big as y'all think it is in
I-
public.
I have to give it a 5. It was on TV. People watched it. We at school would talk about it. It was on like national TV.
It was on national TV as well for us.
The reason I'm saying 5 is because like pretty much over half of every single game that comes out today still is made with the engine.
Yeah, Unreal Engine.
yeah,
Unreal Engine is like that's gonna be
Technology.
a 5 legacy, 5 impact to both.
Yeah.
Everything. 5 art style is the best engine right now. Can you technically count like different games made with Unreal Engine as its art style?
no.
Because that's available
No.
in that
No.
I would say the technology itself is important. The fact that a first-person engine.
There's
There's so
no
much
the Unreal
flexibility in-
Engine like evolved from their first game Unreal, which is where it
Yeah.
came from.
Yep.
Okay,
But
Trent,
Yeah, 5.
Demon said 5, so did Vsing. Conscious, you don't know. Erica's still pooping.
Well, no. If we're talking about the Unreal Engine and stuff, I gotta give it a 5 then. Yeah.
Eric's still pooping. Ace, you want to sit down?
Never played it. I have no idea.
Okay, Toast.
I've heard of it, but yeah.
I'm gonna go 4.
Okay, Ben,
4 for me.
4. Will said 5. I gave it a 3, and Zack. Not here. Okay. It's Legacy. That's a 5 for me. Its Legacy is
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Legacy.
100% 5.
It
Easily.
has to be a 5.
Transcends the actual game itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like Call of Duty, Overwatch, these kind of games wouldn't be what they are without Unreal Tournament.
Wouldn't have Deus Ex. You wouldn't have.
A lot
Yeah.
of Counter-Strike players came
Exactly.
from the Unreal Tournament.
Yep. No
Yeah.
Deus Ex. No Thief.
Yep.
No esports.
No esports, basically.
Esports. Yep.
Art style.
This is where it's tough because I
Yeah.
don't consider Unreal 3 or 4 kind of because it totally changed. Each Unreal Engine was totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially they tried to have it simplistic so it can run smoothly.
Yeah. But even at the time, the Unreal Engine, when it was developed, was a very
It was a beast.
a huge concept at the time.
Okay. I honestly, I'll give it 4.
Can we use like 3.5 and things like that?
No.
Okay.
I can't need to on these guys.
I give it a 4. Trent,
A 3.
3. Demon,
I give it a 4.
Vsing,
For which one? Sorry.
art style.
Art.
4.
Conscious doesn't know. Erica pooping. Ace doesn't know. Toad.
No idea.
See, this is tough. I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. Ugoplatmia.
4.
Actually, I put 44. Okay, let's not do that. Okay, Will,
3.
3. And Zack here. Negative. Okay. Time to add
Big
them all up.
Toad.
This is about to be a huge room.
Huge.
It's just straight 4s and 3s. Like the lowest that's on this list is a 3. Let's say something.
Damn.
This has to be
Well,
in the 4s.
It's already beating Battletoads, I can tell you that right now.
Kind of expected.
Yeah. Like, if the lowest it has is a 3, like, yeah. And Battletoads got
singular
exactly
3,
3.
Yeah. What is it? The average probably like a 4.1. 4.1. I think 4.1, 4.2.
No. 4.51.
Oh, God damn.
Well
What
done.
was
Well
that
done.
for?
Unreal Tournament.
It's an important game in the history of gaming.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's up against Honey Pop. Bye, Honey Pop.
But respect woman.
Unleading.
Honeypot get clapped, but it does like to be clapped.
Okay, next we have
Oh,
Simpsons
Lordy.
games versus Sniper Elite.
Oh my god!
Alright.
What a battle this is!
This is it. I don't even know.
I've played both of these games. Well, I've played a
Same.
few symptoms, not all of them.
Simpsons are multiple games.
Yeah, I was gonna say I played. There's like 6 or 7 iterations of Simpson games, so
There's a lot. You got this Hit and Run series, which I fucking love. I fucking love the Hit and Run series.
But it's
It
one
is.
game.
Yeah, the arcade
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
is
it's
really
not.
good
It's not a
too.
series. That's just a.
Oh, the Hit and Run, yeah. They
Yeah.
also have like the. Did they have a Simpsons fighter as well?
Yeah,
was a
it's a bad
Simpsons,
wrestling game. It was
beat 'em
so
up game.
bad.
Also, the arcade game by Konami.
Yeah,
did it
the
too.
arcade game is
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
So basically, they have 2 good games out of like 7.
Oh,
Don't forget the mobile game, but like I don't want to talk about that either. So.
Actually,
yeah.
as someone that did like put a lot of time into Tapped Out, it's actually a lot of fun. I actually still boot it up occasionally. It's a lot of fun.
Alright, the Simpsons games gameplay / story.
Connie's uncle still, plays it, sort of thing.
Which one?
Huh?
Which one? Tapped Out.
Tapped Out, yeah.
Yeah, I still play it. It's fun.
The Simpson games I remember I played Hit and Run a lot.
Yeah.
I played that one a lot too.
But it's basically Simpsons version of GTA.
I'm okay with this.
That one.
Yeah,
That's okay.
honestly, like you enjoy the characters like enough that.
Well,
like,
the characters are better written than.
And Road Rage. I played both of those.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, the Simpsons Hit and Run did Crazy Taxi better than Crazy Taxi.
Those are the 2 games I remember playing as a kid. Were
But
Simpson
then
games.
we have something disgusting like Bart's Nightmare.
Simpson skateboarding.
Simpson Skateboard. That was
Oh,
That was a bad
oh.
Okay, let's go.
We should
let's
get
go
onto
ahead.
the criteria.
Yeah, we don't need to take too much time like this. By the way, we're only on the what is it?
The 3rd or 4th match.
We're on the 5th match, and we're already reaching 2 hours streaming.
Yikes.
I told you.
Tune in
100
next
part.
time.
Go
should we
you
all-
to pull a JoJo?
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
To be continued.
Gameplay / story. For those games, I'll
Well-
give it like a 3.
The story. for
I
most
remember there
games
being
is
a lot of bad games.
The gameplay for most, the story for most of them is cartoon.
It's just Homer shenanigans.
Yeah.
And the gameplay is all gameplay taken from other models. Like Hit and Run was GTA, wrestling was wrestling games, Skater was Tony Hawk's, like
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi for Road Rage. Like yeah.
Yeah, so
Ville.
Stolen Mechanics.
I have to give it 2, and that's being generous.
Yeah.
I'm going to be real generous and give it a 3.
It's a 2 for me.
Conscious?
I'll give it a
No
3.
me dog.
Those for me.
Erica, you back, kid? Nope.
Oh,
Say 3, Ace.
3. Yeah.
Toast.
I'm gonna go 2.
Ben.
2.
Yep. Will.
2.
Okay. Zack. Not here. Impact to gamers. Hard to say.
I would say
You
Hit and Run and the arcade game were the only thing that really left any impact.
Yeah.
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 I'd say Tapped Out. It's one of the bigger mobile games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's for public. It's
Yeah,
casual.
no,
games.
I know, but like I'm just saying, there is some there.
Yeah, I
For
would
gamers
not-
itself, Hit and Run.
Yeah, it was
the
not
arcade
that.
game.
Yeah, it was not that big of an impact. So, Trent,
Yeah, again, 2.
I give it a 2 as well.
Easy.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
Easy.
Impacted gamers too.
Conscious.
2.
Ace.
I'll give it a 2.
Toast.
I'm gonna give it a generous 2.
Okay. Ben.
I say that's being
2.
generous.
Will.
3.
Wow.
Zach's not here. I'll give it a 2. Impact to public. This doesn't count the show. The game.
It
No,
did have some impact because it's Simpsons.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, Tapped Out, sort of.
Yeah, the fact that Tapped Out is still as big as it was, like however many years ago it launched, that's left some impact with the public.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people's families still play it. My dad plays it. My
That
dad
and the
uses my
arcade
phone
game.
to play it.
Even though there aren't really many arcades still around.
There's an arcade here in Glasgow that still has the arcade game.
There's a pinball game for The Simpsons.
There is, yeah.
Alright.
Well, I would say if I was to go up my parents who are in their 50s, they know about the Simpsons game, arcade games, stuff like that. So yeah, I think in the general public, just because it's a Simpsons game, it had a huge impact on the general public.
Yeah.
And it's one of the oldest anime cartoons out there, and so people remember. Hey, if you have a Simpsons label on it, hey, I know this character, I know that character. I want to play a game with these characters. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Trent.
Yeah, 4.
Lumen.
I give it a 4 as well.
BC.
4.
Conscious.
4.
Ace.
4.
Toast.
I'm gonna go 3.
Ben.
3.
Will.
4.
I'll give it a 3. It's legacy.
Other than Hit and Run, I don't think it's leaving any.
Yeah, it's kind of the
yeah.
same thing as Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
very-
The
yeah,
Simpsons
very
is
same.
just the.
People
It
will
has-
remember the show, not the games.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah,
remember the game. Just
exactly.
I'm not gonna remember The Simpsons more because of the game than I would than the show.
Like
Yeah.
even Hit and Run, like if you ask Simpsons, people say, "Yeah, I love that show." You won't remember Hit and Run until someone says, "But what about Hit and Run?" And they'll go, "Oh yeah, that was great."
Yeah.
That won't be their first thought.
So it's easily going to get the same treatment as Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I'm tossed up between a 1 and a 2. Yeah, 1.
I give it a 1.
It's a 1 for me.
I'm giving it a very generous 2.
Ace.
2.
Toast.
I'm gonna go 1.
Ben.
1.
Will.
2.
It's art style for the games.
It's The Simpsons art style. I don't know how you grade that.
Yeah.
None of them looked great. I will say this.
Nah, none of them.
Yeah.
None of
Like,
them.
are they meant to look great? That's
Oh.
But the thing
I
is, like, you can
think-
say Dragon Ball, like, but those games look great. They looked like the anime. The games did not look like the show.
Oh no.
Like Tapped Out does, but it's just still a generic mobile kind of game.
The
Like,
arcade game's pretty close, but then again, it's
Yeah.
like it reuses assets and shit, but the sprite works great.
yeah.
Yeah, but in general, it does not really look that great. The games.
Yeah, I have to give it a 1.
So we turn this into freaking like American
I
Riddle with
I
Simon
give
Cowell.
it a 2 because there are some good things in it.
What'd you say, Zach?
I came back earlier. My mom was yelling at little brother in the background, so I didn't mute. Well, I didn't unmute. All I heard was, "Yeah, it's one for me from home."
It's one for me.
Simon Cowell.
Is it because I'm British?
No, just the way you said it.
All right.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be
No, no, no. No,
Next
no.
stream will be TeamSpeak Idol.
Oh my gosh.
Mega Law.
Wait, who's this-
VC.
who-
He's with the Simon Cowell.
VC.
Yeah.
Sorry?
What did you give it?
For
Art style.
1.
Conscious.
We give it.
Hold on, Ace.
Yeah.
Conscious.
Two.
What was that?
That
Was
a
that burp?
big guy.
All right,
Yeah.
1. I mean, Ace.
1.
2.
Toast.
2.
Ben.
1.
Will.
It's a 2 for me, dog.
I give it a 1.
It's
Zach?
from me.
Zach.
It's a 2 from me, dog.
Okay. Let's add this up.
Paul Abdul. Zach would literally be Paul Abdul.
I think Farmville might beat him.
Follow.
Is it bad that Farmville might beat this? I think Farmville might beat this.
Yeah.
Farmville good gum.
Probably should beat it, honestly, dude.
I'm glad someone got my fucking Paul Abdul reference.
Okay.
What's next?
Hold on, I'm getting the calculations. 2.1.
What was Simpsons going up against?
Farmville.
Sniper Elite Series.
Oh,
Sniper.
Sniper
Oh,
Elite.
it's not really.
It got a
Oh, God.
2.21. Farmville beat it.
As it should.
Okay.
To be honest.
Just glad that y'all actually talked about the mobile game.
I think that is the lowest score yet.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still play it, Zach.
Damn.
That was lower than Bravely Default, so that's the lowest score we've had yet.
Simpsons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait until we come to Kingdom Hearts. People.
All right, Sniper Elite.
You can shoot Hitler in his balls.
Ball. Singular.
As well
Hey,
as the
leave him alone.
spin-off as well as the spin-off games that it made Nazi Zombie.
Oh yeah, I
Army.
completely forgot about those.
It's the spin-off game of that. So yeah, it has quite a big catalog we could talk about.
All right, gameplay and story.
It's kind of generic for me. I don't see anything
story
that
is
stands out
generic.
about it.
But
Yeah,
the gameplay has
game-
probably the most realistic gun mechanics. That I've
Yeah,
played.
the most realistic sniping mechanics with you breathing in and out, when to shoot, and all the things.
Stop.
Zach's fucked.
I had to with my opportunity.
Oh, I got a clear shot on Hitler.
I hit him in the testicle.
Am I the only one who actually did that like IRL as you're playing the game? You're just like.
It didn't do anything like that was different, but it did everything well.
That's
like
my
yeah,
that's my
stealth
point.
based
That-
shooter.
Sniping slow mo shit.
That's my point, Toast. It's like it did things well, but it didn't do anything new or
Outstanding.
innovative or yeah.
Yeah.
It's
no
still
one else
just
is doing
kinda
the X-ray
shooter.
stuff.
Oh,
And the
yeah.
shooter.
Fallout.
I mean, the
Well,
X-ray stuff was
I mean,
awesome.
Fallout was like slow motion.
It was the first shooter that took the fatalities out of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Finish
him.
The Aaron
I
Black
still
fatality.
say Fallout does that though.
It did that for a specific reason. It wasn't because of the sniping mechanic. It did it for a couple of reasons.
It was more so a mechanic over all of the game in Fallout, not just a thing like how it was in freaking Sniper Elite.
No, I know, but like they're saying it's the only game that's done it. It's not.
No,
Oh,
It's
that's
done it to a degree.
but people, if you ask people about the motion fatality shooter, I think more people would say Sniper Elite than Fallout.
That's kind of debatable.
That's hella debatable.
Okay.
No, I would say I agree with Demon.
Okay, go ahead and do it because you have waste too much
Yeah,
time
yeah,
on
yeah.
one thing.
Gameplay story, Trent.
I have to abstain. I've never really played any of them.
Okay, 10. I mean, oh god, Demon.
It's overall generic. I give it a 3.
3. Vsinghb.
2.
Canchas.
3.
Erica. Still pooping?
That's a long poop.
Yep. Ace.
3.
Toast.
I'm gonna go 3.
Ben.
I'm abstaining from this.
Will.
I'm
You're
giving
abstinent, Ben?
the sniping
Wow.
mechanics a 4.
Okay, 4.
Slapping mechanics.
I give it a 2. It was fun with the whole slow motion thing, but that was really it for me. Zack.
I think it's fun for a while, but at the same time, it's only
If it
one of
has-
those things where
If it has
gets-
one gimmick, it's gonna wear off.
Yeah, it's a one gimmick. It's just like it wears off after a certain amount of time. So I'll give it a 3 for at least doing it the one gimmick right.
Okay. Impact to gamers.
Did it have any?
Gave him an opportunity to shoot Hitler like every American wants to.
But like,
Oh, Wolfenstein did that.
I don't
know
And did zombies better than COD did it?
Yeah, zombies in this game was really it was so good it turned into its own spin-off game.
but the majority would still play COD. Like,
Yeah,
I agree. It's just kind of a blip.
yeah, like
Yeah,
even if it's a great game, it is a blip. Like, kind of very similar to Bravely Default. Like, it exists. People that like it, but
it's niche. Yeah.
yeah,
I give it a 2.
Yeah.
There's not many gamers that I hear just randomly talking about Sniper Elite.
The only time I really hear about people talking about Sniper Elite in general is if it's like, hey, I'm bored with my friends online. What game can we play together that would be fun? You know,
kind of
maybe-
like a Left 4 Dead syndrome.
Yeah, like a Left 4
Yeah.
Dead syndrome.
Okay.
It isn't a game you would specifically pick up just because it's like, oh, I like this game. It's the favorite game of all time. It's like, hey, I like this game. I'm
I will occasionally play it. It's fun. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
It has a Sea of Thieves aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm abstaining from this game. Like,
Oh,
I've never
okay.
really played it.
He's also
Uh,
abstinent.
I give it a 2.
Conscious. Abstain. Or did he?
2.
Oh, okay. 2. Ace.
2.
Toast.
I'll go 2.
Ben.
Not voting.
Okay, yeah. Will.
3.
Zack.
I'd give it a 3, and that's being generous.
Impact to the public.
I don't think it had any.
I mean,
No.
Well,
Here in
don't they-
Germany, it had some.
Well, yeah.
because-
That's
I
different.
wonder why.
The fun fact is, it's one of the least censored games.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Yeah.
we want to kill our leader.
I mean, in the news Wolfenstein Colossus, they took away the mustache. But
Really?
it-
Really?
it- yes.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand why.
How you take away Hitler? How you make Hitler without the mustache?
Because
That
they
was his
don't
name.
want to.
They don't want it to be Hitler.
Yeah, they don't have a law.
They're trying to differentiate from Hitler. They don't want to be associated with that man.
It's Charlie Chaplin without a mustache.
But the problem is, it's not really Germany. It's the fucking law we signed from the Americans that no propaganda is shown or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So don't blame Germany. Blame America.
America.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Trump.
Okay, I give it a freaking 1. There's nothing here about it.
Yeah, it's a 1.
I must say it's a 3 because it had a big impact, kind of here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's understandable.
Okay. Canchas.
2.
For the
Ace.
public, really?
Because I will say, for friends who don't play games a lot, they know the Sniper Elite series. They actually
Also-
do.
That's okay. Okay.
Also, it's one of the games that are shown by the media of the bad games with that makes you a serial killer.
As well as I would also say we in history classes stuff, they bring up the game quite a bit more in in a lot of education here in Houston, because it's like, oh, it's trying to see what would happen if we did stop Hitler. It wasn't actual, like, they're using actual comparisons, but you know, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Ace.
It's a 1.
Toast.
No.
I'm gonna go 2.
Okay, Ben.
I'm not voting for this
He's
one.
abstinent.
Will.
Remember.
1.
Abstinent.
I hate you.
Okay, and Zack.
I give it a 3 just because it's still, to this day, you can talk about it with people, and it's just like, remember that game that we could shoot Adolf in the dick?
Okay. Legacy.
I guess.
I don't feel like it has much of one either.
What we talking?
Like,
again?
I mean, it's definitely spawned other games, though.
Well,
yeah, like
it has also spin-off games. Is it the 4th or 5th game already out?
Yeah,
So-
I was gonna say, like, you talk
think
about
the
Unreal
5th one
Tournament
came out
being
a
like
couple years ago.
the granddaddy of esports. I would say Sniper Elite's one of the granddaddies of like sniper style games in general.
I don't feel it's remembered as well as Unreal Tournament.
That's fair. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
but-
I'm not saying it's as remembered. I'm just saying that it.
But
Definitely had a
if,
presence.
if you would talk about a
I do
game
sometimes.
if you talk about games with sniping, it would be one of the first. If you talk about a game about World War II, it would be probably the 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
So,
Wolfenstein's
yeah,
probably the first.
Wolfenstein, Call of Duties, Battlefields. Yeah. There are even some RTS games. What was it again? Ben, can you help?
Which?
World War II RTS.
Oh, Command and Conquer.
Company
Oh,
of
yeah,
Heroes.
Not just Command and Conquer. It wasn't it more generalized? Oh wait,
Company
yes,
of
it was.
Heroes.
Company
Yeah,
Heroes.
yeah, Company Heroes. Yeah.
Right.
It has barely legacy, but it still has its niche market. It is kind of like the brave default of shooters.
Yeah.
I give it a 2.
I give it a 2 as well.
It's a 2.
Conscious? Ace.
It's a 2. Sorry, I hit my router with my hand and it scared the shit out of me.
Toast.
Damn, that router must be really far down.
Yeah, dude.
Toast.
I'm gonna go 2.
Will.
2.
Zack. Zack.
Legacy.
I give it a 1.
Go. Art style. They're pretty.
Well, you can't. Yeah, you can't say it looks bad. Each game looks its best.
Yeah.
I'm praying.
No, it's a
See,
very good game.
I'm with that, I'm tempted to go 4 because when people think of that game, they'll think of the X-ray,
Yeah,
the scoping X-ray mechanics.
Yeah,
Those look really nice.
yeah. I agree with Will, and I would give it a 4 as well.
But that was toast, but okay.
I'm toast, but okay.
Oh, Toast.
No.
I got confused.
VC.
Yeah.
3.
Conscious.
4.
Okay. Ace.
3.
3. Toast. 4.
Will.
4.
Oh, crap. 4. I go 3. Zach.
I give it 3.
Okay. Let's see if it beats Simpsons, which it should.
Yeah.
Per Simpsons, man. I love him.
I'm gonna have to fight on this list, man. Some of my favorite games are going up against like classics.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fight some, Zach.
I'm gonna have to fucking fisty cup you.
Bayonetta getting clapped.
Nah, fucking Night in the Woods getting clapped by Contra.
Oh, no.
Accurate.
Oh yeah.
We've been
Yeah.
talking about that one.
I will fight till the end of the earth for that.
Alright, so what we on now, Grids?
That's my thing. Do we really have to talk about things that are that easy?
I think the thing is we're paying respect to these games because when we made the list of games, we did say all of them have a right to be here, so we should recognize them, like, and give them the respect.
Well, I
they
mean,
do.
like, we can recognize it, but like, should we like go ahead and like give it scores because we know it's gonna get clapped?
We can discuss it a
think
bit,
yes.
but if it's an easy, obvious clap, then we don't have to fully discuss it.
Yeah, because what are we, 3 hours into this
Yeah.
podcast? And we're on
I
the
would say
5th
the
one.
next one would be quite easy.
What's the next one?
It barely won.
Ooh.
Really?
What belly one?
2.45, the second lowest.
Damn. What's the next one?
Not really one.
The next one is simulator games versus Warcraft games.
Is this one of those easy clap ones?
Yeah,
like
it's
Warcraft?
Warcraft
For so many reasons.
Yeah, it's so.
Okay,
I-
question.
Hey, Will, you want to defend your simulators?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah, man, you're my friend.
Give me examples of some simulators if you don't mind me
Surgeon
asking.
Simulator.
Fishing.
Surgeon Simulator. I wouldn't even put that on there.
It's
'cause
a
that's not-
simulator.
I
Literally,
guess
like
simulator, I
fishing,
don't know.
cooking, being a train
Farming.
driver, mechanic, like these kind of things.
Probably
I'm
the
sorry,
best ones would be the truck simulator.
Yeah,
and
Exactly.
the
If
other
you
ones.
put that up against Warcraft.
I mean, it's not gonna win.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just saying.
This is
He just
Like,
wants
you
to
can't just be
defend
like,
his
these
people.
games are
No,
fucking
he's fighting for
garbage.
both of his people.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put Warcraft on that one.
Like in the second round, we'll go into Warcraft in more
Yeah,
detail.
we will.
We'll
Okay,
need to-
sounds good.
Yeah.
Halo versus Cuphead.
Ah,
In my opinion, this is another kind of easy clap one.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No,
This
which
is
one is it?
Halo.
Halo.
yeah, Halo.
As
I'm
much
sorry,
as I-
Grids, but that's an easy
First-
clap.
As much as I love Cuphead,
The only
Impact-
thing
the
the only
impact on
thing
the
that
legacy.
Cuphead would get points is art style. Then it would get 5.
well,
In
it would
total,
get
but-
point.
No,
it would
No,
get points
no,
for
the
art
thing
style,
is-
and it
No,
would
The
get
thing
points
no,
for
gameplay,
no,
art
okay,
story,
pause,
impact.
pause. It would get impact to gamers, yes, but so
Yeah.
would Halo. But it wouldn't get as much impact to the public, but Halo would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Art style, I would give them both their art styles. They both have very good art styles. They're really great. I love them both.
I mean,
Mhm.
An original
Okay, hold on,
Xbox
hold on.
game, the first Halo. was
Right now, do you want to
amazing.
change how we do
Amazing,
this?
Yeah.
Because I think of another way we can do it.
How?
We don't do the whole scoring system of like going through like giving each one number because it takes up so long. We'll talk about each criteria by itself and just like compare the two in those criteria.
Well,
And
yeah,
you want to
Will,
give us
Will
an
said that
overall
earlier.
rating? So you want to give an overall rating of the game?
Yeah, just give an overall rating.
I
Yeah.
think that's. I think that'll be easier.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it'll
And
let
quicker.
us go. Yeah, it'll let us go way quicker. It took us over 2 hours to get to 6.
Well, that's this next
Okay.
one I have to go.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Halo won that
Cuphead,
one.
Yeah.
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 Sadly.
Halo wins that.
Sadly, that's
But
an easy clap.
But the thing is, you cannot deny the legacy of Cuphead. Cuphead was a great game, and
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuphead was fantastic. Is fantastic.
Recent
Yes.
legacy, yes, Cuphead.
Yeah,
But
that's not up for debate. The problem is it just went up against the Mike Tyson of
Yeah.
the gaming world. That is Halo.
It's like comparing Cuphead to freaking just like, hey, I'm literally a dynasty. Come at me.
Takes a
Like-
sip from my Halo cup from a Slurpee.
Like Cuphead versus Mario.
Oh no!
oh, is this
Master
next?
Chief made it into a Slurpee.
All right.
These next two are going to be me
Fire Emblem
fighting
versus
my life.
Binding of Isaac.
Sorry, what?
Oh.
Fire
Fire
Emblem versus
Emblem
Binding of
versus
Isaac.
that's-
Binding of Isaac.
Binding of
I
Isaac, I wish could go up against Fire Emblem and win.
Binding
It-
of Isaac is.
I think this is quite difficult.
I've put over
Yeah.
1,000 hours into that game, so I've
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
as
platinum
well
got
so many hours in
both of the
Binding of
games.
Isaac.
I max
But-
time Shadow Dragon. I max time that goddamn game.
Yeah,
Get 100% no death run. That game.
I
invests
I
a
have
lot of time.
100% every single Fire Emblem that there has been and ever will be.
Even the
But,
Japanese ones that weren't
Even
released in
the
America.
Japanese.
And
JCS
to,
I like Fire Emblem
776.
that much.
to be fair, when there's a new Fire Emblem game comes out, I'm itching to buy it because I
Yeah.
want to play this.
Okay.
The Fire Emblem
but-
fanboys on TS, like, its impact to public is literally 0.
Yeah.
No,
I,
it's
would,
a
no,
game.
I wouldn't. No,
I
I
would
wouldn't
say
go that far.
0.
No, I would say impact to public because of games like Smash have gotten eyes on Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
People in.
but the thing that I want to say is, pull back up Twitch. How many Binding of Isaac streams are there, and how many streams of Fire Emblem are there?
Well,
There are
I-
a lot of Fire Emblem streams.
Yeah.
No, I bet Binding of Isaac.
I mean,
was...
there's a guy who literally is like a streamer to this day because of Binding of Isaac.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about Night Affinity?
No, I'm talking about Lethal Frag
Oh, accurate.
Frag,
Accurate.
Crumps.
and
I have
Cobalt.
no
Yep.
And also, the Binding of Isaac kind of ruled out the genre of roguelike.
It
dude,
modernized
but-
roguelikes. Let's just say
It
that.
In
modernized,
saying
yeah.
that, JTRPG wouldn't be the same without Fire Emblem.
Mhm.
SRPG genre wouldn't be it without Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Because Advance Wars existed
That's
on
kind
that
of
time.
Fire Emblem Legacy beats it. I would
Yeah,
say.
the Fire
The-
Emblem
Fire
to this
Emblem
day.
from the legacy standpoint, yeah, I would. Okay, and overall, I would say Fire Emblem wins this.
Yeah. To be honest, if like personally with a 3DS, Pokemon was a big selling point. But honestly, a big selling point for 3DS for me was Fire Emblem.
I
Not
know, I
even
know
gonna
the
lie
next
to
one
you.
I'm gonna have people argue with me, but I think it's an easy clap for Mario Kart.
Overall.
Mario
Hello.
Kart versus Warriors games.
Yes.
Oh,
Mario Kart's
well,
better.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Warrior game?
Yeah.
Dynasty
Wait,
Warriors?
did we finish Fire Emblem versus?
Yeah, Fire Emblem
Yeah.
won.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
No, that's fine with me. I agree.
Yeah.
Mario Kart,
As I can
it's huge in public. It's huge in gamers.
Yeah.
It's
def-
you can't
Yeah.
you can't say
Mario
its
Kart
gameplay is
wins.
great.
Warriors games, it's going against Mario Kart. It's not winning. But you have to respect the legacy
Yeah.
Warriors games have.
The Warriors games are great. Don't get me wrong. Their
Except
legacy's
the
great.
last one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not talk about it. Anyway, some of them are great.
Oh. Flappy Birds versus Earthworm Jim.
Flappy
Oh
Bird.
God.
You
Okay.
can't-
I think Flappy Birds.
Destroys in
That-
public.
I think the public and the kind
Impact
of legacy
of
that it's
gamers?
left, it kind of destroys.
Yeah,
Earthworm
it just
Jim.
Flappy Birds
Yeah.
destroys Earthworm Jim. Even
Literally,
though
Yeah.
Earthworm Jim got it remastered.
The guy discontinued the game, and iPhones to this day are going for a couple grand that still have that stupid game installed on it.
With Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's been so many spin-offs of it.
Yeah. There was even a spin-off in the South Park game, Vsing.
Oh yeah, there was.
Literally, I looked at this the other day. I looked for an iPhone on eBay with Flappy Bird. The original Flappy Birds installed is going for almost $3,000. It's a bid war right now for it. I'm like, oh. Why?
Even Android has a version of Flappy Bird inside its OS.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Earthworm Jim was fun, but
The thing
Flappy
is,
Bird-
I actually specifically remember Flappy Bird when it was a big thing. My little cousins from England came to visit, and we all sat around my little cousin Sophie, Zack's biggest fan, playing the game because she was 40 minutes into a single game, and the entire family were sitting around her rooting her on.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
I can't remember where it was, but there was someone that literally killed somebody over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. Like, as gamers, we might not think much about it, but to general public, kind of like Farmville,
Oh
it's
yeah, they
freaking
got
huge.
destroyed.
Yep. The next one is okay, since it's just Flappy Bird win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flappy Bird.
Okay.
Flappy
Yeah,
Bird,
unfortunately, the Earthworm Jim is still a good
It's a
game.
great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those people have gone to make better things over
Yeah,
time.
he even cameoed in Dragon Ball Super.
No.
Stop.
Strider versus Plants versus Zombies.
What versus Plants v Zombies?
Strider.
I can't speak on this.
I can't.
Oh,
I'm not
I
Strider.
can't.
Strider.
I know Strider.
This is Strider, like the fucking ninja dude, right?
Yeah,
the
the
ninja dude from
was the
MVC.
laser sword.
I've never
I'm
played a
sorry.
Strider game. I only know him from MVC.
I'm sorry.
So-
Again, I have to bring up the whole Farmville thing. The Farmville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With-
Plants vs
Yeah.
Zombie.
Yeah.
Especially Plants vs Zombies 2, because it was on mobile and everything.
It's so sad because Strider has such.
Strider is a good character. He has good he has good games, but the ubiquity of PvC
Yeah.
outshadows Strider so much.
I would say Plants
I'm
vs
actually
Zombies
sad
is
about the
ridiculous
next one when we get to it.
because Plants vs Zombies originally was a mobile game, and they actually had a very
No,
actual.
it was not.
Was it not?
Originally, it was a
It was a
browser.
PC game.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yep, it was a PC game, then they moved it over to mobile.
And then they released it for like Xbox, right?
Yep.
Xbox
And then it got released to everything after that.
Garden
Yeah, and
Warfare was a
it's-
thing.
Yeah, Garden Warfare went over very well. I would say I wouldn't say it lasted very long, but it did sell pretty well. I was looking at people liked it. People very casual.
It was
fan-
very good when it
casual
first
game.
came out. I was hyped for it. Me and my cousin
Yeah.
played it.
I shouldn't admit this, but when the first one came out, instead of paying attention in school, I was playing Plants vs Zombies.
Boy.
I can say the next one is also probably really debatable.
No,
It
it's
makes me
not.
sad.
It's really not.
It makes
Wait,
me so
well-
sad.
Bye, Luigi.
Links versus
Bye, Luigi.
League versus Luigi's Mansion.
Oh,
yeah,
League.
definitely
Clap.
League.
Yeah.
Esports.
League claps it.
I'm playing it
Clap.
right now.
Now, Will. Warcraft or League? That's a
Well,
good. Now I want. Can't wait to see
This
that.
one's
in
an easy
bracket.
clap, and Vsinghb's gonna yell at us. Zelda versus Lego.
Zelda.
Yikes.
Yeah. Sadly.
I don't know what you're talking about. Lego Batman's game of the year.
I would say the only
Actually,
reason the Lego
have
would
to
put up a
compare
fight when
all
it
of
comes
them,
to
though.
public, but other than
Yeah.
that, yeah, Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda one.
And again, Lego is more for the
Oh,
action.
this
Okay, the
next
next
one.
one is a clap as well.
Yeah, next one.
Oh, that leads into a showdown of the Titans.
Half-Life
Wait, what's
versus
the next-
ARM.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Half-Life
Half-Life
versus Arms.
Your
Wow.
arms?
No,
Don't
calm
say-
down.
Yeah, I have arms, therefore arms wins.
Yeah, arms are essential. They
I
have made an
want to
impact to
have
my
Then
life.
you
Half
need
of a
legs.
life.
Where's legs at?
Do we need to say anything more than the meme?
I just want to say the next round is Zelda versus Half-Life.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
The superpowers
that's-
explode.
That's one of the ones where we'll actually sit and go
And
through.
discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one for me is a clap as well.
What was the
Wow.
next
Fantasy
one?
Star versus
Fantasy
Fire,
Star versus
Firewatch.
Star.
Fantasy
Versus
Star.
what?
Star.
Sorry?
Firewatch.
Firewatch,
Fantasy
the
Star,
walking
yeah.
simulator.
Fuck Firewatch. That's a game that peeves me.
Yikes.
It's
Yikes.
so boring. It's so bad. It's so blandly written. It's like a fan fiction.
Yo, this next one though, Spiral versus Psychonauts.
You act like Psychonauts.
Oh, not like
Uh,
this.
Psychonauts.
Spyro.
I don't know.
We're gonna have
Hello?
to
No,
discuss
okay, okay.
this.
This is
Hello?
this is one we have to discuss.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
The Psychonauts is huge.
So,
in
are we doing the
public.
criteria ones on the ones we discussed?
For
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
For this
Yes.
one, yeah, we kind of need to.
Okay.
Because if we don't, it will just devolve into Spyro fans versus Psychonauts fans.
So like
Yeah.
stuff that's really really tough, we got to do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Spyro, it's gameplay and story.
Yeah, story are excellent.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I
if
wouldn't
we're
say
thinking the
excellent.
entire-
They're not.
Okay, they-
It's a
Sorry?
collectathon.
for a
It's,
kids game.
no,
story?
it's generic. I'm lost. Need to find a way home.
No, not in all the
Oh,
games.
Fucking Moses story. Out.
It's Moses story.
or not Moses. But
Bro,
he
For
was
the
sent
story,
out.
I have-
did he get ate by a whale? What happened?
For
That's
the story,
Jonah.
I have the sort
I
of
know.
Moses.
generic stuff.
I messed up. Don't leave me alone.
The-
You built an arc.
The gameplay is, to this day, I can still go back and boot up Spyro 2 and 100% that game.
It felt clunky though.
I don't think so. Well, like
To
there
me,
was certain
even
like,
even at a young age, I could tell.
there was design like I guess design flaws. Like I guess is probably what more you're saying. Like there's certain like ledges you jump on and like you kind of skip around a bit.
There
But I
are
think
design
it's-
flaws, but you have to remember the time it was.
Yeah,
released.
the time. That's what.
But
That's
there were
what
so
more
no,
I
many
attribute
more.
to.
no.
No, there were so many more polished games around that time. So many more.
Mario.
Mario, exactly. Zelda.
Yeah, but you have to consider the budget for a game like Spyro at the time.
Doesn't.
I
mean
think
shit.
I think we need to look at Spyro's contemporaries as a collectathon, right? Collectathon platformer. What was there? Mario 64, Banjo,
Banjo.
DKC 64 or
Uh,
DKC.
Banjo
It,
Kazooie.
it came alongside Crash, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
was
Crash,
around the same
yeah.
time.
like.
I wouldn't
Spyro
say
was
that
one of
Spyro is
the
less
two
polished than
mascots.
Crash.
Spyro was one of the mascots for PlayStation.
So was Crash.
It was Crash.
But
Yeah,
so was Crash.
I'd link it more to Crash than Spyro.
To be honest, especially with the commercial against Nintendo.
Yeah.
No, I think the entire selling point for what was it, the PlayStation 2? Like they had designs of Spyro on the PS2s.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember.
wasn't.
Oh, it
No.
might not have been not in America. I don't know. Like when I where did I live at this time? I think I lived in Arizona at this time.
I only ever
That's
played
in
the first
America.
Spyro game, so
I know I meant like which state because like I don't know if it was like region specific or something because like that like I remember seeing the commercials with him like breathing fire. It was pretty lit.
All right, let's
Across
go
the
ahead and do
entirety
this.
of the series,
Let's go ahead and do it. Trent,
there's
out of 5, what are you hitting it with?
out of 5. 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll
Demon?
go with the
Uh,
4 as well. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and
So,
read it now.
I'm really torn between a 3 or a 4. I give it a 4.
Good. BC?
3.
Conscious? Out here he is. Erica?
Conscious. 4.
Ace?
4.
Already got yours. Toast? Toast? Alright. Ben?
Did
3.
Will?
3.
I'm giving it a 3. Zack? No one there. Okay. Impact to gamers. Absolutely huge. Cannot.
Okay, so
Oh, it's for
I'm
Spyro?
just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Huge.
just going to say, reignited trilogy. That's all I need to say.
Well, you're the one that's hyping about it. The rest of us are like, hey, I'm looking forward to it, but like, I ain't
Yeah.
coming in my pants.
I'm looking forward to it, but it's not like life changing.
Okay.
Oh,
Who
we
of
weren't
us
doing
all
the
has
one
pre-ordered
vote
the
thing
game?
again?
We're doing that for the ones that are actually difficult that we can't decide on. Like, say we got one that's like freaking Mario versus Zelda. We probably didn't do this.
Yeah.
Impact to gamers.
I have to give it a 5.
5. Demon?
I give it a 4.
BC?
Yeah.
It's a 4 for me as well.
Conscious? You here? Nope. Erica?
4.
Ace?
It's a 4 for me.
Toast? You here? Nope. Ben.
3.
Will.
3.
I'll give it a 4. And Zack's not here. Okay. Impact to public.
Pyro?
Spyro.
I think it had some.
Yeah, it had
Well-
a bit, yeah.
It's had quite a bit. I mean,
Again,
even if you
sorry.
weren't a gamer, like if you weren't a gamer, once shit, what was that series that came out?
Skylander?
Oh, the
Skylander.
Skylander thing?
Yeah. Even
We
if
need
you
to
weren't a
consider
gamer,
that.
a lot of people were playing the Skylanders game.
No, I agree.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't even realize actually.
Like, if you take Skylanders into consideration, then yeah, I will say the impact on the general public is a bit more.
You're
Yeah.
expecting Spyro right now.
Yeah.
Even in
Yeah.
even in saying that, like my mum again, who wasn't a really big gamer, one of her favorite games was Spyro.
Yeah, Ripto's Rage.
Also,
Called something else in Europe.
Oh yeah, I forget what it's called for you guys.
Gateway to
Get-
Glimmer.
Gateway to
Ah, it's actually wait. Why is that like a lit name? What the fuck? All right, America. I see how it is.
I mean, just compare Sega Mega Drive versus Sega Genesis.
Yeah, Mega Drive so much cooler.
Hello, I like Genesis.
I like
better than
Genesis.
I like
too.
Mega Drive.
I like
I like
that.
Yeah.
Mega Drive because we're driving Mega Dudes.
All right.
Yeah, are you Megatron?
All right.
Or
Trent,
like,
what do you give the
what?
German
Fucking fan.
Republic?
Again, 4. Like it was massive.
Oh, good. Demon.
I give it a 4 as well.
Yep, 4.
Quattro.
Erica.
4.
Toast. You here? Nope. Ben.
Nope.
I'm alive.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
oh.
Toast.
I got food.
Don't forget to get his
What are we
spoilers
on
for
and
the
what are
other
we
one.
doing?
Okay, we're on Spyro versus Psychonauts. We have to do the hard thing. So, what are you
Don't
giving it
forget
for
to
impact
get
to
his
public?
score for the other 2.
Yeah.
No, you got to do the other 2, or it does skew the results.
Okay. What do you want?
So we're on Spyro.
You gameplay / story. What do you give it out of 5?
For Spyro, I give it a. I'll go 3.
3. Impact to gamers.
Also a 3.
Okay. Public. Impact to public.
3 as well.
Okay. Zack. Yeah.
Impact to public, say.
Well, he has to do gameplay too.
Oh, okay.
Gameplay.
For gameplay, I give it a 2 because I think, yeah, for its time, it was really nice, but overall, it was still kind of clunky.
Okay.
For what was it?
Impact to
Public?
gamers.
For Impact to Gamers, I would say it's a general 4, just because a lot of people have nostalgia for it, like Trent, and a lot of people that could still get into this game, and it looks nice, but it isn't like highest.
Okay. And okay, we're on track now. Ben, what do you want for impact to gamers? Not gamers.
3.
public. 3. Will impact to public.
2.
Even with the Skylander series?
Skylander
Yeah,
is kinda negative.
actually, yeah. Now that you, I don't associate that with Spyro though.
Well, the first
I
one was
as-
called Spyro's Adventure.
Oh, you have to. It's in it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the first
But
the first
the first one
Skylander
was
was
a
all
Spyro game.
pretty much all about Spyro.
Yeah, it was
Alright,
the
then
next.
I'll say
Spyro.
4 because I worked at Best Buy in the gaming section when that
Oh,
thing
Yeah,
was
I-
huge.
exactly.
Literally
I
every
remember
fucking.
the fucking beginning of Skylander.
Zack.
It was just bad Amiibo. This is for public.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say I'd give it a solid 3, just because, yeah, Skylanders was a thing, but also at the same time, most people that weren't around when the game first came out wouldn't even remember it if it wasn't for Skylanders.
Okay. It's legacy.
Has it left much of one?
Got
Kinda.
A lot of people are excited for the HD stuff.
Yeah.
Also, people want and real Skylander game and real Spyro game rather than a Skylander one. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's I credit that to more people's parents buying them a PlayStation rather than a Nintendo. Rather than I prefer Spyro to Mario type thing.
I would give that to VJ too, because it's like if you got a freaking SNES compared to like PS, like PlayStation, anything. You got Nintendo.
I was
Like Mario
fortunate
or
enough
Spyro.
to have. I had SNES, I had NES, I had Mega Drive, and I had the PlayStation when it came out. I still didn't touch the Spyro as much as I went back to the old Marios, even though they were outdated at that point. Like they just didn't compare.
Mario's had better control and everything.
Well,
But that thing that you said right now remind me of so many customers. I bought the PS4 for my child. Where are the Mario games for the PS4?
Exactly.
Oh,
I will
wanted
settle
to
for
smack
Spyro.
my head so bad.
I would also say that when it comes down to it, if we're talking about just in general, I think the Mario games, if you were to go back for them, have like that kind of thing. There's a lot more replay factor than Spyro. Because if you go back and play Spyro, I get bored within the first 5 minutes.
That's just you. You just bored.
That's just you. False. I 100% that game every year.
I 100% Psychonauts every year.
I still like. There's still parts of the Spyro games that I get frustrated at because I'm bad at games. All right.
That's you with every
being
game.
honest.
I'm being 100% completely honest with you.
That's you
It
with every
frustrates the
game.
hell out of me.
Okay,
No,
we're on Legacy, guys. You good? Like, what
Trent?
about Legacy?
Okay, I gotta go to work.
I still think it has a massive legacy.
Boy.
I think a
Bye.
4.
Bye.
4. Okay. Demon.
3.
Easy.
3.
Conscious. Still out there?
Not
Eric?
yet.
Still dead. 3.
Toast.
Trace.
Ben.
3.
Will.
Wait, what?
Where's Legacy?
Like Legacy Spyro.
Legacy Spyro. 3.
Good. Zack.
I would give it a 2 because I wouldn't even remember half of the shit with Spyro if it wasn't for fucking Skylanders.
And I'll give it a 3. Good. It's art style.
It did not look good at the beginning.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
The game didn't really focus on its art style, but I think for how it looked though and the kind of game it was, it still had a decent one. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. It was close to the worst.
Hello?
It was one of the Polygon games on the PlayStation.
Did I miss it? Did I miss Borderlands or any of the games?
No.
No.
We're on Spyro Psychonauts.
Yeah,
Really?
we're doing a debate right now. We're on the art style of Spyro.
I'm gonna give it
It
a
was,
2 for
it
his
was
art.
mediocre.
Yeah. Brent, anything from you?
Considering like the games at that time, they were, again, I have to agree, bog standard. I'd probably go 3.
Okay. Demon.
I give it a 2.
PC.
2.
Conscious.
Hubbard, did you see what I said?
Conscious in here. Erica.
2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Toast.
you did.
Toast.
Ah!
Brad! I'm talking to sausage.
Okay, anyway, Ben.
3.
Will. Will.
2.
Zack.
I hated this. Look at it.
You've been surprisingly quiet, Ben.
I will give it a 2 just because I still think it wasn't good, wasn't bad, but it was still leaning towards bad.
Alright, time to get the thingy.
Psychonauts?
Oh gosh. No, I gotta get the average for it.
All the averages. I need to go for a cigarette, but the first category is gameplay, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Psychonauts a 4. Just remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, well, it's time to defend your legacy.
Gameplay and story. Psychonauts has a good freaking story.
Byro got a 3.26.
Okay. With the story, I haven't personally played through Psychonauts myself. I've watched playthroughs. I can definitely say from watching it that Psychonauts has a very... It's one of those games that has a story that you could look at it at the surface, and yeah, it has a really good story, but also it's one of those games where the story delves deeper if you keep going under.
Yeah.
It has hidden more.
It has such a deep story, and the gameplay is really good.
Most of the characters that are like beneficiary to the story at least have some kind of like dark, tragic thing that happened to them, and you get to delve into it.
And they also have more like character building, and they're not so one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like a dragon with a hero complex.
Yeah, it gives a 3D aspect to the 2D character. So.
Trent. Do you Psychonauts?
Trent?
A 3.
Demon?
Gameplay and story, I give it a 5.
Vsinghb 4. Canchas here. Nope. Erica?
4.
Toast.
Which one are we on?
Psychonauts with the gameplay and story.
I'll go 3.
Ben.
4.
Will.
5.
Give it a 4. Zack.
I give it a 5.
5. Impact to gamers.
It had decent impact, but I wouldn't say mind-blowing. It's
Yeah.
kind of a
It's
niche
a cult
game.
classic.
It flew under the radar, definitely.
I would say
I have to say that for modern games, like you'd have to go with like, did AVGN do one?
Not sure.
But you know all those gaming YouTubers. I think it really only came to the gamer's eye because of that. Somewhat, I agree with Ben. It's a cult classic sort of thing.
It's popular. It's steadily arisen because of the modern era of reviewing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I also would say that this game, it's one of those games that makes you, if you look at it, you know, it's up there. A lot of people know it, but it gets most of its, it gets around because not only word of mouth, but also like people on the internet. It wouldn't be what it is really, as big as it is, without the people on the internet. It would just be one of those games that, like Will said, flew under the radar. But now it has its own fan base.
I think the biggest issue with this one is, do you count it as when the game came out as its impact, or do you count gradual, like, modern impact as well?
I would say that.
I think modern as well, because in the last couple of games we considered that as well.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like Ninja Gaiden, back in the day, it had no impact, but now some people talked about it because, ooh, it's a difficult game. Ooh, it was on AVGN and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it has much of an impact for gamers. That's just me.
I would say since last year's E3, it's definitely risen because of the the announcement of the sequel and stuff. So people have gone back and played the first one since just in the last 2 years since it's been announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3.
Fred?
Yeah. Torn between a 2 and a 3, leaning closer to 3.
So 3.
Yeah, go 3.
Okay. Demon?
I give 3 as well.
3.
Yeah.
Vsynghb say
Mine
4.
was mainly for the reason of cult classic.
So what is it?
Facing you, chat.
Yeah, he's in chat.
The last thing I say in chat is Vsynghb saying 4. I don't know if that was that.
He said 4.
Erica.
3.
3. Toast. Toast.
Bread man.
Bread.
Impacted gamers?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll go 3 again.
Ben.
3.
Will.
3.
Zach.
I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
It's 3 from me.
Impact to public. I will say it's barely.
Hello.
Hi.
Not much.
It
Yeah,
did not
not
have
much
any-
at all.
Classic.
No, it's a 1.
Yeah.
1. I will too.
A 1. As Ben said, cult classic. But you don't get to be a cult classic if it's...
Vsynghb impact to public for Psychonauts.
I'd say a 2. Like, people have heard of it.
Yep. Erica?
That's very generous. I love this game. I'm even saying 1.
Erica?
Toast?
2.
Ben?
1.
Will said 1. Zach?
I give it a 2 because it had a moment where people were kind of popped for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's legacy.
Just because of Tim Schafer, it will have a legacy.
Tim Schafer.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because I don't want to interrupt. Baba.
Man, don't make me get up. Yes.
Tactical.
That's really hard to say. It has some, but not really that rooted.
Yeah.
Like the whole
people
cult
who love the
classic
game
thing.
will love the game. Yeah. What are you
Like,
saying?
a good thing to compare it to is Grim Fandango. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yes.
Like,
Totally.
Also Tim Schafer.
sure. I'd say for that it's a 3. Like, it will be remembered fondly, but not on the levels of some other stuff.
Yeah.
So, Trent?
Probably a 2.
Demon?
3.
DC said 3. Erica? Erica?
What was it?
Legacy for
Legacy.
Of
3.
Good. Toast?
Yeah, I'll go 3 as well.
Ben?
I don't know what we're talking about.
3.
Yeah, 3.
Psychonauts Legacy Conscience.
Oh, yeah, that's 3. Yeah. Same.
Will?
3.
You have 3? Zach?
I give it a 3 just because of Tim Schafer.
Okay. It's art style.
Oh,
It's a 5 for me.
Yeah.
That's such a good
Yeah.
art style
It has
for
a really
game.
good art style, but on the PlayStation, what was it? What did it come out on? 2? PlayStation 2.
Uh,
It was
2, I think.
2005
It-
was the release.
It didn't look good, but it had its own unique art style.
Yeah, it
I'm
did
gonna
not
say
look just.
But that's the
oh
thing, it
God,
doesn't have to look good to stand out and be like you kind of gawk at it.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's-
Like
I mean-
Grim Fandango, again, perfect example. It's not like amazing, but like it's memorable and
And movie
Iconic.
example like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
There's definitely a like with this game. I remember even watching it through. There's a certain place I remember just because of his art style. The whole thing with the
Yeah,
orphanage
yeah,
with, Milla.
Yeah.
Alright. Trent?
God, trying to remember what it looked like.
Kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas a little bit. Or like Caroline.
Can it
type
kind
thing.
of stop motiony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of stop motiony, but I have to give it respect where respect is due and give it a 4.
Demon?
5.
Vsing?
It's a 5 for me. I loved it.
Canchas?
4.
I am Simon Calzek, yes.
Yeah.
Erica?
4.
Toast?
4.
Ben?
4.
Will?
5.
I go to 4. Zack?
5 from me.
Time to add them up together and see who wins.
I think one of the best things about this whole entire game was his art style.
Yeah, that's the thing that saves it.
Yeah, the thing after you guys were saying like the time and everything, the two things that I remember fondly liking is Raz's like character design, like the goggles with the aviator jacket and shit, and the bully's fucking cotton candy bulbous fucking afro.
Really, really close. 3.20. Spyro had a 3.26.
Ooh.
Spyro wins.
It won by the like.
By
0.06.
Psychonauts won?
No, Spyro.
No.
Oh, okay.
No trade.
It's the general public kind of saves Spyro.
Okay, the next one I feel is a clapping, even though I want to respect the second one. Ori and the Blind Forest versus Metroid.
Yeah,
Ori
Ori's
versus
fantastic,
Metroid.
but yeah, Metroid. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Metroid.
It has so much history.
No,
and
Ori.
It's known in the public eye.
No, like when you take in consideration like the public and the legacy and all that, Will, you
Take
can't
in
say it's not a
consideration
clapping.
of the skeleton of
I've
what
never
Metroid
played a
is.
single Metroid game though.
But you
Played
know
it.
them and you've heard
You
of
know
them.
it.
Yeah.
No,
I know
no.
them.
Actually, you need to stop because you've played Ori. Done.
What?
Oh, Metroid.
Ori is
What?
a Metroid game.
It's a
Is
Metroid
it?
game.
Oh, okay.
It's a
That's-
Metroidvania.
The skeleton of Metroid is in
Yeah,
all the
that's true.
Igavania games, Ori, AM2R.
Yeah,
The
without
fact
Metroid,
of an
you don't have.
The next one is fairly easy as well. Command and Conquer versus
Yeah,
Duck Game.
can I say something?
Come
Wait,
on,
what's
no,
hard?
Duck game?
Can I say
Command and
something
Conquer
before,
versus Duck Game.
actually?
What?
Also, I was gonna say something about the Metroid. For it to be a side scroller, the thing that made it so good was it transitioned from just like being a regular old side scroller to a full on like adventure game, and we're going to make it where you have to go fight things. You transition around the world and stuff like that, and it made it. It went from the side scroller to the RPG. RPG? Is that the
No,
RPG?
FPS.
FPS.
Metroid Prime.
Also, we have to respect the meme. Respect Wyman.
That's
We have to
Yeah,
respect
With
the
without
greatest
Samus, like.
Do I have to call the bully hunters?
like.
Respect animals.
The impact of that, like alone.
All you need to do is kill the animals, save the frames. Remember that. I had to make that joke.
So what's the next one?
Command and Conquer versus Duck Game.
Command and Conquer.
Yeah.
Come on, and Conquer.
Duck
CNC.
Game's just a meme. I'm
That
sorry.
game is literally a living meme.
The fun
Next
game.
one after
but-
that, Time Splitter versus Windjammers.
Ooh.
Time
That's
Splitter.
hard because they just started doing Windjammers.
Yeah,
ESL.
Windjammers like now, it's debatable.
Oh.
Windjammers in its time kind of had the cult status, but now it's like more mainstream. People know it. People like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and esports.
Let's see
so
what we
it has
have.
a huge
Let's-
public eye.
I still feel
I'm so
All the
sad.
Uncharted.
I'm so sad, but Time Splitters probably don't win, even though.
The thing is that like need to remember that it was like X Rare developers that left to make Time Splitters. So
So
at
what
like
is your
Perfect
guys'
Dark.
consensus? You have one?
I'd stay on Windjammers.
I think we're kind of split again.
Well, let's see if we're split. What does everybody feel? I feel Windjammers wins.
I can't say I've really played Windjammers.
I
I will give it to
Windjammers as well, to
Windjammers.
be honest.
I will give it to Windjammers because
Yeah.
GoldenEye and Perfect Dark are more impactful games than Time Splitters.
I agree. That's the reason I'm
Yeah.
going for Windjammers.
I'd love
Yeah.
Perfect Dark.
Like GoldenEye was what I had in my head. Like
It's mostly Windjammers. Was it consistent?
Yeah, I say
Yeah,
Windjammers.
yeah.
Okay. Crazy Taxi versus Time Crisis.
Oh no.
Oh.
this might be a debate one.
Two good arcade games.
Yeah, two very good arcade
Really
games.
good
Okay.
arcade game.
I am going to be absent of this one.
I played the shit out of both.
I played them too.
I
Oh,
also
God.
dumped many coins into the arcade machines.
Ben,
I
all
never-
have to say-
I never played Time Crisis, so I don't know.
I will admit,
Good
I
game.
played and enjoyed Time Crisis more with friends.
Yeah.
My mum and dad loved Time
I didn't like Crazy Taxi. I like
I
Time
love
Crisis.
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy
You
Taxi.
taxi.
I like
Sorry.
Gridz's hot takes. I didn't like that game.
That is-
Controversial.
Well said.
What a
the
fun
for
arcade
Time
game.
Crisis.
Like, for Crazy Taxi, like, what a fucking fun arcade
Bro,
game.
as
like,
recently as like 1 or 2 years ago, I went with I think Callum and a group of our friends, and we played Time Crisis in the bowling alley.
which Time Crisis? 3?
2.
Oh
They still
shit,
have
we
Time
finished 2. Yeah, we
Crisis
played 2.
machines out there. It's hard to put it down to it because Crazy Taxi is limited to what hardware it was put onto. But you
It's
can still
still
go to like a
remembered.
cinema.
No,
or
I
anywhere.
can't deny it's not remembered fondly.
Yeah. But you can still go to a cinema and see a Time Splitter.
Time Crisis.
Crisis.
Time Crisis, yeah, Time Crisis is really good.
We
so
shouldn't have
many
had these two
times.
back to back.
Yeah, so many times.
So,
But
are we
still.
going to go into the thing?
Do we need to, or is it like
I
a
feel like
consensus?
Time Crisis.
Time
I'm
story?
pretty much
Time
Time
Crisis.
Crisis. Time
I
Crisis.
think it's Time
but
Crisis.
Yeah,
What
I
a
have to do it-
damn good
I have
fun
to do it
game.
one more time before we move on.
Yeah.
The best part of this game, other than driving to KFC for fucking person.
Feels
next
bad for
one
the
is
next
a
one for
slap.
me.
Medieval versus
Oh.
Resident Evil.
Resident.
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil.
I will say Medieval's flames. I played the shit out of it on the
I
PS1.
don't
understand
but
it.
I didn't
Resident
play it.
Evil, like it's a juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one,
Red-
I
Resid's
also think is
clapping
somewhat
it.
of a clap.
Final
Until Dawn
Fantasy,
versus
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Until Dawn,
Final
yeah,
Fantasy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
Oh.
easy clap.
The next round.
Silent Hill versus Telltale.
Oh,
Silent
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
It's
I-
hard to play now, but
I
Silent Hill is a
concur.
good game.
Silent Hill.
I like
two letters.
Telltale, but I still think Telltale is more niche. So I would say it's Silent Hill.
2 letters. PT.
Accurate.
Oh,
Silent
no.
Hill.
Guillermo del Toro
Oh, the
just
next
wants
one
to
will
make
be
a
hard.
video
Yeah,
game.
next one's hard. GoldenEye versus Uncharted.
Uncharted.
No, that's one
deny.
we have to talk about.
Yeah,
We have to
I,
rip
I
into
agree
this
with
one.
Harbour.
I mean, if are we going by just Golden Eye and just the very first Uncharted? Or are we talking
No,
about
bro,
the
how
Uncharted
serious
in
is it?
total?
That's the thing though, Erica. Even if it's the whole Uncharted series versus the one GoldenEye, I'd still pick the GoldenEye.
I'd still pick GoldenEye.
I personally would say, in general, I would say Uncharted as well.
Admittedly, GoldenEye is
Oh,
hard to come back to because
The
In and of
graphics
itself-
don't hold up, and
But then
Yeah.
you talk about things like Impact, Legacy,
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
the thing is
Where,
that
whereas
Uncharted
Uncharted, no, but for Uncharted, you can just say, well, it's just Tomb Raider.
that's fair. Like, I don't know.
I
like,
never
we look-
thought of
like
it
I'm
that
looking
way.
at this bracket and it's like Halo's still here, right? We
Would
just
we have
passed Time
Halo
Splitters.
without something like GoldenEye?
We just passed out Time Splitters. No. Like, I don't, like, dismiss the impact, right? But, damn, is it hard to get back to. GoldenEye plays like crap now.
I don't know. I could still go back and have fun with it.
It's fun, but you'll
was
realize
the
how dated
party
it is.
shooter,
It
though.
does not. It has not aged
No.
like fine wine.
That doesn't mean anything when it comes to impact and legacy and gameplay for the time, which was revolutionary.
Also,
Hey,
get impact for
Ben.
public. Like more people.
Public,
know
yeah.
Golden.
I'll put
Majority.
it this way. When I went to the States and my host family, they pulled out the N64, and the first game they put in.
My biggest thing is
GoldenEye.
like, you can say all you want, but GoldenEye wins 3 of these categories out of 5.
Yeah.
I can
It wins
see
both
it.
impacts and legacy.
Yeah.
So.
And
you
general
still wanna have
public.
the debate over it, or
I don't
like,
think
it'll
we
still come
really
out the
need
same
to.
way.
Well,
Because I want you to know, like, for at least 2 of the categories, it's getting a 5 from me.
I think James Bond is taking down this male Tomb Raider.
Is Tomb Raider? Is Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
in this?
Tomb Raider's still to come
Yeah,
up.
Tomb Raider
Okay,
still.
okay. Then
Yeah,
I'll wait for Tomb Raider. then.
We're yet
Yeah.
to talk about the nude cheat.
Dead
Ben.
Island versus Donkey
okay.
Kong.
What, sorry?
Donkey Kong.
Dead Island
Donkey
versus
Dead
Kong.
Island
Donkey
versus
Kong.
DK.
Oh,
Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Are we about to do the DK rap?
No.
I don't know it. so-
Portal versus Fatal. Fable.
Oh.
That
Oh.
we need
Oh.
to talk about
Debate.
this
Yeah,
one.
we need
Yeah.
to talk about this.
This is one we need to talk about.
This is no question for me.
Is it?
Yeah, it's no question for me.
All right, start
We're
us
gonna
off.
we're gonna
Steven.
argue about the
And,
next one after this one. I know we are.
I've unfortunately a date to get to.
Have you not
So-
played Portal or Fable?
I played Portal. I have not played Fatal.
It's definitely Portal wins. I love Fable, but only the second one was good,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Portal's like almost like a
Yeah.
Half-Life. Like you can't. I don't think it can.
And Fable,
Portal
the
is
new
in the same
Fable is
universe
gonna
as
be
that one.
like some weird VR like crap, so they're just throwing away the whole
Well,
IP.
to be fair, it's Peter Molyneux. He's a liar.
The thing about Fable is, well, it was more in the second one that you could be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But at the same,
It was mind breaking because you always be the hero. The only other game you could be the villain was what was it called? Dungeon Master?
Dungeon Keeper.
Dungeon Keeper, yeah.
I still think if you put it up against a powerhouse like Portal,
it's really hard to.
It don't
beat
stand a
Portal with
chance.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fable is
Portal-
a good game on its own.
Yeah.
Portal by itself, not even just the
Completely
second
new
game, it's a-
mechanics.
not even just that.
It's
It's like,
puzzle. Yeah.
Fable is known good for its second one, I think, and Portal is known good for all of its.
you think about
DLCs, too.
impact to public too. More people know about Portal than they do about Fable.
The
Yeah.
cake is a lie.
They play the
Fable
game.
1
It
was
has a Mew.
Fable 1 was a hard game to play.
Yeah.
Portal's legacy is humongous.
Yeah. Because Portal's legacy is based on Half-Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, to praise this game, I have to give it a shout out. I have to praise my Lord and Savior Gabe Knoll.
So are we
That he
consensus that
never
Portal
makes
wins
a
this?
third Portal, but rather a
I
crappy
want
bridge
to
builder?
recognize Fable
Yeah.
though and give it the respect it
Fable is a
deserves.
great-
It's
Fable-
tremendous.
Yeah,
Fa-
like
I put
no
some
Yeah.
respect on Fable.
But Portal
but
is a humongous powerhouse.
Portal-
It is
I
so
know.
big.
I will admit defeat to Portal.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to say the next one is Donkey Kong versus Portal.
Ah.
We about to argue for a good 10 minutes on this next one, 100%.
Oh, Shin Megami Tensei versus Smash.
Smash.
Have fun, Ben.
I will talk about its claims to fame.
Oh,
Go for it,
I
Ben.
haven't-
Start us off.
Create the Pokemon genre. That's all I
Yes.
have to say.
What Smash?
Without-
You right?
No, without Shin Megami Tensei, there
There
wouldn't
is no
be any
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
No, I know.
Smash win an impact.
That's fair.
But yeah, Smash wins both Impact and Legacy.
More people know.
Legacy? No.
Yes.
Legacy, Smash shines light on like almost every Nintendo game.
Without this,
Fire
we
Emblem
wouldn't
wasn't
have had
halfway
any
as
kind
relevant
of-
until it got added into
Okay.
Smash.
I can say for Smash, it gives so much love to some characters that haven't gotten love in a long time. Like Metroid.
They brought Bayonetta into
Shin
Smash.
Megami
and gave more.
Tensei.
So Persona, SMT, they all
I
go
know.
in spin.
Yeah, when it comes to, you cannot say about Metroid. No, Metroid was big on its own.
No, I'm not saying
No.
that.
No,
The
it's
problem
not
with
just
Smash is
Metroid.
Smash
Hold
doesn't
on.
have its own legacy.
Hang
it
on,
takes the
hang on,
legacies.
hang on.
She's so heated.
Jesus, calm down.
We'll go through it one at a time. Remember, keep personal bias out.
Gameplay and story.
SMT kind of
SMT?
class.
SMT.
Claps.
Okay, that easily beats. Okay, impact to gamers.
If you think about the story of Smash, though,
There is none except for Brawl.
like not even bringing in the stupid Pat like theory shit behind the story, it's like that's legitimately the story of Smash, though.
Get
What?
Subway Sandwich.
Oh yeah,
Dragon
there's
King,
a really
the fighting game.
No,
like
there's a
No,
really deep
it's
thing behind it.
Yeah.
No,
it's a
there
whole-
is, but like you have to dig though. Like
Yeah.
SMT's surface.
Well, anyway,
it's- yeah.
gameplay it wins. Persona.
the
Yeah, it
gameplay
wins.
wins,
SMT
stories it wins, has
Impact to
Like, it's
gamers,
like the
it's very
first-
debatable in both.
it's
Yeah,
no,
Impact to
it's the
Gamers
first
is the
game.
debatable one.
I
Not
would
debate,
say
yeah,
the
in the-
majority, not even like because
Especially
I like
now
Smash.
with something like Persona 5.
I wouldn't even say this because I like Smash, but I would say Smash has a lot more impact to gamers because look, if you go on YouTube, literally there's a whole entire meme right now of people because of Smash. Not only that, but at the same time, there's whole things of like so many different games being into one.
Anytime
You could get fucking people like Cloud from FF7, Bayonetta, all of them.
I
into
will
one
only-
game
I
and
will
bring
give you
all of
one
their communities
character.
together.
Okay, if they announced something for Persona, it would not. There would be a pop off for it, but it would be nothing compared to the pop off if something was announced for Smash.
Yeah.
If you want a good representation of that,
Smash
look at
makes
what
the gaming
look
community
at
explode.
The Smash thing with the Inklings from Splatoon. Look at how big that is compared to.
I will
something
give you
that would have been
Impact.
announced for
I'll give you both
Yeah.
Impact.
Both impacts gamer as well public goes to
Yeah.
Smash. No
Public-
debate.
Art
public
style?
is clap.
Art style, SMT.
Yeah, outside
Yeah,
there's
art
no
style
way
is
that Smash can
SMT. Demons are iconic. You have literally a dick on a wagon, and it looks good.
If you guys really
Yeah.
want to, because I know it's going to come down very hard to Legacy, we can just do an average on Legacy itself.
Yes, I
Because-
think that's the best way to go.
Because
Yeah.
Legacy,
Kinda what
there
we
is
do.
so much that Smash does for Legacies.
But,
It passes
But
on
no,
Legacies.
no, it
The thing is- the thing
it takes
is,
the
I think-
legacies of pre-existing
Hey,
legacies
yes,
though.
I say
It's
a
not its
building
own
off of
legacy;
other
it
Yeah,
just
it's not its
borrows
own
other
game.
legacies.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
it's still
it
building
wasn't
its
own
legacy.
game until
Its
Melee.
legacy
No.
is built off of others.
No, I would say
Because it
Smash
has
wouldn't be
other
Smash without the characters in it.
But you got to think.
SMT,
No, listen.
But the
you
thing
gotta
is,
think.
like you
things
said,
like Earth.
Pokemon wouldn't exist without SMT.
yeah,
Listen,
So-
hold on. Things like Earthbound and things like not Final Fantasy, sorry, like freaking
Fire
Fire
Emblem.
Fire Emblem had no light shined on them, hardly at all, before they got in Smash. Now that they're in Smash, everybody looks at them and they see how great games they are.
I had
example
no
of
idea
that-
what Earthbound was or where
Yeah.
Ness was from when I played the
That's
first
As an
fair.
Smash.
example of that,
I will
nobody would
give
know
you
what
that.
Ness or freaking Lucas would have been from.
You could say
if
it
wasn't for
steals
Smash.
legacies, but it also provides people to look back and see how good that legacy was.
It gets people to look at games that they wouldn't even considered.
Well,
We just need to do the averages.
I think Smash wins. I do.
Wow.
I do.
It shouldn't have been really a debate. in
But I
my
love
opinion.
SMT, and I want to put a light to it.
Also,
because
I just wanna say,
it's undershined
For
in
the
the West.
debatable thing, I think we should do this from now on. Instead of doing the whole like things, we just go down one by one whenever we have to debate one. Just this wins, and whatever has the more percentage. Anyway,
And if there's a debatable one,
yeah, we'll do the average for that one. So, do you guys think there's a debate, or should we?
I still think Legacy goes to Shin Megami Tensei. In my
As
opinion.
do I, but I think
I
Demon and I
would
are
Want to
outnumbered.
average it?
Love to say
We can
that,
average
but
it.
like I can't
No,
deny
there's no point because
the
we would
power
just
of
get
Smash.
outnumbered.
Yeah.
I can't deny the power of Smash, but I love SMT for what it is.
I like SMT.
I
Don't get
mean,
me wrong.
I mean, how many games can say they were on the Virtual Boy?
How many RPGs can say that they have Hitler as a final boss?
Waterworld.
I will give you Hitler as the final boss. It's a cool final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm giving it to Smash. It makes kings. It makes kings and queens.
Hello.
Hello, Marth.
Who?
Marth.
You shut your mouth.
It also it also shed a
Okay,
lot of light on like,
next.
things like Bayonetta and stuff.
And no, Bayonetta was relevant before it.
It was, but it gave it more of a
Bayonetta's
shine.
a stretch, Grids.
I know, but it gave it more of a
Bayonetta's
shine.
a stretch.
No,
But I will
no.
give you
No.
Ness, Lucas, and Marth.
Breaking that up, literally.
Ness and
Bayonetta
Lucas,
was on-
Ness and Lucas, I give you. Even Pit, I give you.
I give
Yeah,
you
Kid
Ice
Icarus, too.
Climbers. I give you.
If you
Ice
take
Climbers, I
Bayonetta
give you.
into that, literally every single game of hers, Bayonetta 1 and 2 are being ported to every single Nintendo system.
Well, Bayonetta 1 was on other consoles.
Yeah,
That's why
Bayonetta
it was
was
known
already
about.
What I'm
If it
trying
was
to say,
only on a Nintendo
If a
console, it
character
probably
gets
wouldn't
added to
get.
Smash, it gives them such a big boost to their gaming industry. Like
There's a couple exceptions. Mario, obviously,
well,
Metroid.
Mario's already default. Like that's just like
Yeah,
default
yeah,
character
yeah.
in a Nintendo game.
But even like
Like-
Ryu, it didn't get any new eyes on Street Fighter.
I will give
It's already
you
a big
even
powerhouse.
F-Zero.
F-Zero, yeah.
Yeah,
with
F-Zero,
things
yeah.
like with people like Ryu though,
Star
I
Fox.
think it almost took eyes away and brought it to their own game.
It gave a lot of eyes to Star Fox too. You can't say it didn't.
Yeah, it gave a lot of eyes to Fox and shit. I mean, look at
I
people.
don't know, like, a lot of people did know about Star Fox.
A lot of
Yeah,
people didn't know
Star
about
Yeah,
Star
but
Fox.
Star
I'm
Fox
not
is a
saying
decent
people
genre.
didn't know about it, but it gave such a rise up and people wanting more of a game compared to just sitting there and rotting away with its limited fan base.
Okay, anyway, the next one is Little Big Planet versus DuckTales.
I
Ooh.
think this is a collab.
Little Big Planet.
No.
Yeah, a little big planet.
Actually,
You can make fucking DuckTales and Little Big Planet.
If you don't mind me asking, who won between Smash and this?
Smash.
Smash.
Smash, but barely.
but barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very intense
it-
battle it was.
We won.
I'll put it this way: Ben went for Smash, and I would have gone for SMT.
I just can't deny the power of making
The power of
Smash
Smash.
as being a pedestal to lift other series up.
Yeah.
Can't deny that.
But are we on a good consistency that Little Big Planet beats DuckTales?
Yep.
Yeah.
LB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the next
Oh
one.
no! Oh no!
Pokemon versus
That's
Diablo.
on you guys. I'm not
Okay.
about it.
Pokemon Diablo.
Oh.
If you take into the public, Pokemon,
Yeah.
because that has
public.
impact to gamers and public, and has
And-
legacy, and the gameplay was kind of, I wouldn't say revolutionary, but it perfected it.
As stereotypical
that's
as it is,
debatable still.
my mum loved Pikachu.
Well, yeah. In general, Pokemon wins. Even though
Yep.
Diablo,
Yeah,
Oh,
Diablo's
I have-
huge and everything. It does deserve credit, but
it has also a big legacy, but not as big as Pokemon.
yeah, Pokemon is one of those powerhouses like
Yeah.
Mario, Zelda.
Frogger versus Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead.
RDR.
See, I'd say Frogger when you take into
Yeah,
consideration public
I'm
impact,
sorry,
legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's three of the
I would
categories
say
right there.
that
That's
the
3-2.
gaming,
But that's
Okay,
3-2
no.
already.
Hold on, no.
the gaming impact and legacy would be for Red Dead, in my
I
No,
opinion.
disagree.
no,
Legacy's Frogger.
Okay, I would say public and legacy are Frogger. 100%.
Yeah.
I would say that
sure,
game.
because
I would say there's still three for Red Dead though, because like I feel more people in the gaming industry would feel that Red Dead is better.
Well, I would say Red Dead is just
Yeah,
GTA. There's
the
nothing new about it.
story of Red
Yeah.
Dead.
Oh,
The story
no,
alone
the story and the
would
art
be
style of Red
Frogger.
Dead are great.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm saying the impact of gamers, like Frogger's one of the granddaddies. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Pac-Man, Dig Dug, all that shit.
you have to respect for what it did for the gaming industry.
Yeah, it was an old game. What was so good about it?
That's not the point.
I
Well,
mean,
for
you're
the
saying
first-
that it.
We're
it's-
but we're talking about impact.
Yeah, you're saying
Yeah.
impact, but what did it impact for gamers that much?
You know how much money was put into that?
how much money it made in the arcades.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like how much money was
Go to
physically
anybody-
put into that.
Go to anybody on the street and ask them what Frogger is. They'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to anybody on the street and ask them what Red Dead is. They
My
won't.
Yeah, but you
Granddad
said the
knew what
impact
Frogger was.
to public. I agree with that.
It's an
To
impact to
this
gamers
day,
too.
there are still Frogger clones being made.
Exactly.
Like-
Whereas Red Dead is debatably a clone itself.
Yeah,
If
I see it. I see it.
There's only one. I'm sorry to tell you, Will, but there's one true Frogger. But Red Dead. If you want a Red Dead S game, you can play Saints Row. You can play GTA. You can play another one of those
Sandbox, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think
Far Cry.
Far Cry, yeah, it's another one.
Ooh, Daniel,
Hi.
you're right. To the next one, we're going soon.
Daniel's Minecraft sense was tingling.
Do we need to go through this stuff, or are we just gonna say Frogger
I think
wins?
Frogger,
just
yeah.
because of its legacy, literally,
Yeah.
and like its impact. That's literally the only reason.
Like the sandbox games will have its day when we talk about things like GTA and Far Cry, and but
I feel
like
like
Red
GTA
Dead
is
is,
ahead of
in
that.
my opinion, the laziest of all the clones.
I feel like
Red
GTA
Dead
is
went
ahead of
against
it.
something like, say, Amnesia, like not that, but you know what
Not
I mean.
Amnesia.
But
Yeah,
like Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
You know.
Red Dead winning.
Yeah. It is a good game. It is a good game, but like GTA does it better and still does it better.
All right, Amnesia
Daniel?
versus Minecraft.
Daniel, you're up.
What was Minecraft?
Amnesia.
Amnesia.
I think once we should go to vote. I think kind
No.
of.
I disagree. Minecraft.
I disagree.
Minecraft is
100%.
Minecraft.
Minecraft automatically wins 3 categories, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Amnesia has one claim
If
to
it
fame.
not conscious, if it automatically wins 3 categories, then there's no debate.
Is that what, okay.
Yeah.
Amnesia
like-
has one claim to fame, but it can't hold a candle to Minecraft.
Like
Yeah.
Legacy
Amnesia,
and
revolutionary, trendsetter, yeah, but Minecraft.
Next one
I
is
think
easy clap.
this
and
next
it's sad
one
one.
is.
It's easy clap. Mario versus Shantae.
Unfortunately,
Mario.
I am very sorry to Shantae.
Mario wins
Yeah.
hands down.
Shantae is such a
Shout
Yo,
out to
Mario versus
Shantae.
Minecraft.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's actually going to be a debate, that one.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves, Mirror's Edge.
No,
Mirror's
I don't think it's a
Edge.
debate.
Oh, Minecraft versus Mario. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
the
that-
Minecraft
Yeah,
versus
Minecraft Mario.
Ooh.
But
See if these are Mirror Edge.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's
Mirror's
Edge.
Edge.
respect women.
As
Pirates
much as
versus
I like Sea
Parkour.
of Thieves, Mirror's Edge is just
Better
Gorgeous.
game.
Oh no. Oh,
Castlevania versus Soul Calibur.
Castlevania.
No.
Oh,
Alright, we need to talk
No,
about this one.
Yes,
gotta
no,
vote
we
on this
don't.
one.
We
gotta
We
vote on
really
this one.
need to.
Because I would say
Just
I
because
would
Soul
say-
Calibur is a fighting
no.
game, I would say Castlevania.
No. Fuck that. I
Bruh.
would say if you,
That's personal bias. We can't do that.
But what? Okay, platformers over fighting games in the eye of the public and in the eye of gamers. How many? Not just people here, but how many people generally in the gaming
people
industry
that-
play
more-
fighting games?
More people that I know that don't play games as avidly as us know Soul Calibur than Castlevania.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Vania 4 is like.
All right, let's go down to
I
5 and
de-
get a
I
winner for
debate
each one.
that
Okay, because I know this will be
Castlevania's-
debatable. On gameplay / story, which one do you feel has better gameplay / story?
I
They're
would
both
say
equal.
Castlevania.
They're both equal.
Castlevania. I think Castlevania.
They're equal to me.
They're
Yeah,
equal.
they're equal. It's...
Because the thing is, for a fighting game, like Soul Calibur story is kind of lit.
Yeah.
But
it
the
is.
thing
And
is that
that's
Soul-
rare for a fighting game to have a very good storyline.
I debate
Yeah.
that for being. I debate that by saying that that was only in the home console port.
Well, I mean, if you honestly are going by the equal standpoints, it still goes to Castlevania because there's 2 actual votes for Castlevania. There's no votes for Soul Calibur. So you'll have to, like, if you want to at least keep it in there, you would have to vote one or the other.
Yeah, like Vania is just its story. It sort of sweeps the park.
They're equal to me.
Yeah,
I'll say Castlevania is winning this one.
I'd say Vania.
For gameplay story, you can give it to Castlevania then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Impact to gamers.
Oh, I give
Castlevania, I
it
would
to
say
Soul
that.
Calibur.
Castlevania.
Oh,
Castlevania's for me.
I would say that because it's the first type of horror game in the industry.
accurate. What's this
Horror
music's beautiful.
worked. While Soul Calibur,
One of the best
being a
music in the
very
game.
fucking beautiful game, its claim to fame is probably its perfect arcade port. in all honesty. Other than like
Well, it was like
evolving.
first big fire that was like weapon based and things like that.
Also, also one of the.
Here's the thing, VJ. If you're talking about weapon-based fighters, excluding 3D, because 3D was still kind of new, you had Sam Show. You had Sam Show and Guilty Gear.
That's fair.
What's that other one with the samurai, with the sword dudes and the samurais?
Samurai Showdown.
Is it Samurai Showdown?
Yeah, Samurai Showdown.
Okay. So, do we think gamers is Vania?
I guess so.
Okay, that's 2 for Vania. Public?
This is the one where I actually say Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
just
Soul
just
Calibur.
because
Yeah.
the fact
Guest
that it's a
characters.
fighting game and like guest characters and people can go around to friends, have fun, play it. If you're not a gamer, you'll sit and play fighting games.
Yeah.
You'll sit and button mash.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I
fair.
agree.
Pack the
Yoda
gamers?
jump.
So
No, public.
No, to public.
it's Legacy.
Public, okay.
I feel like Castlevania wins that.
Yeah.
Castlevania has
Guys.
a Legacy.
If it were
Castlevania
Tekken, I
has
would
a
give it to
legacy,
Tekken.
a really big one.
Yeah, bringing back the Metroid thing, Metroidvania.
Yeah, I also give it as a fact that 2D still worked in the era of 3D. For example, Symphony of the Night.
Oh,
Symphony of the Night. That game went fucking greatest hits.
Ben,
That's a-
please, I don't want to have to go change my pants.
By the way, Symphony of the Night's not a great. It's a good game, but not a perfect game.
no, it feels a little bit clunky in
It's
today's
clunky. It reuses a bunch of things. It reuses its own things like 3 or 4 times, but it's a good
Okay.
game.
Are we on
And it
consensus
showed
that Castlevania has won the
Castlevania
Legacy?
Yeah, then it won 3
Castlevania
points
won.
already, so it's no debate anymore.
Well, well, for Soul Calibur,
Soul Calibur is
its
a great
impact
game.
is
Great.
having a arcade perfect port in your home.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
In that era, you never did. You couldn't have arcade perfect was not a thing. Didn't exist.
I'd say it still doesn't exist.
Hey, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the input lag on PS4, okay?
Outlast
Fucking
versus Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, the public takes that one.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically.
Movie.
Skate versus Stanley's Parable.
Stanley Parable.
Did you say Fate?
That's
Skate.
Skate. Like
Oh, Skate.
Tony's...
Oh,
I would
no, it's
also
not Tony
have
Hawk.
you.
Oh, no,
before
not
you answer
Tony
this-
Hawk.
They,
the other one.
this is its own shitty one.
I would say
Before you
Stanley
answer
Parable.
this,
Skate's
The
not that great.
Stanley Parable.
I would
yeah.
say
Hold on.
I want to say Stanley Parable because I love it, but
That's the one that
I think
Seriously,
Skate
before you
got
guys
more-
answer, the next bracket is Tony Hawk versus BioShock.
Yeah, like if you're gonna talk about like iconic skaters, then Tony Hawk's right
Tony
there.
Hawk
Skate,
is a better
skate,
game,
is
but it's
just
still
bad.
getting
Skate, no,
slapped.
skate bandwagon. Like it's nothing original. There was
Yeah.
no impact. Nothing.
Skate
Tony Hawk
is
is the
the skating simulators. Tony Hawk is the arcade version of skating.
No, Skate. The only reason it's popular is because of people like
Tony
fucking
Hawk.
Markiplier.
Yeah, Tony Hawk. That's it.
Only because Tony Hawk.
It bandwagoned on the Tony Hawk hype train.
So Stanley Parable.
Arguably making it
No.
more skill based, which
Parable's
is cool.
the fourth wall breaker.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
Stanley
With the
Parable.
narrator.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to
Story-wise,
sit
that
and push
definitely
the
wins.
button to save the baby for like 8 hours or whatever.
I did that. so I have to-
Okay. Tony
How-
Hawk versus BioShock.
Bioshock.
BioShock,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Bioshock, no question about it.
How are we at only 37?
Wait, wouldn't like impact to like public and stuff kind of make it even though?
Bioshock and what?
I think Bioshock
Tony Hawk,
had,
right?
No, because Bioshock Infinite was really big.
Yeah,
it,
was
it
huge.
had a big public thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Tony-
No, I just wanted to bring it
I
up.
was going to say, in saying that, Tony Hawk Underground.
I feel like
Oh.
Tony Hawk. stopped
Tony
being
Hawk
relevant.
5.
We don't talk about that one.
Tony Hawk Project 8 is what killed that whole series.
The whole peripheral thing pissed me off.
Okay, Oregon Trail versus Sims.
Sims, unfortunately.
Sims.
Sims,
Yeah.
because Oregon Trail was not a thing here in Europe. Or was it, Vsing?
Though
Not that
I
I
would
remember.
love to give an honorable mention to Oregon Trail.
I hated
Having-
Oregon Trail because
Hey,
the
hey, I
fucking
know.
dysentery music.
I know.
It was
But
scary.
at least you played it and you had fun in your classroom, okay? I'll give
Fun, define fun.
I played it at home.
By
I
dying.
died every fucking time. I hate
I
that
only
goddamn
didn't like
game.
it because the music was scary.
I'm at my
the
fucking
point.
wagon will break every time I go over the river.
Lol.
I'm mega low.
Dance Dance
You're
Revolution
supposed to-
versus God of War.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, that's a
Oh.
debate one.
a hard one.
that's really because, to be honest, in the public eye, DDR.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
gamers, God of War, no
God of
question.
War.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
God of
those are
War.
even.
Gameplay.
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 War.
Gameplay
Because,
slash
sorry,
story.
God of War.
God of War.
God of War, yeah, because
I think
I
God
don't
of War
feel like
takes
exercising.
it just by a
Legacy.
I
DDR
Legacy
has
did
one of the
actually-
biggest legacies.
Legacy
Yeah,
would be
DDR.
DDR because
DDR,
it spawns like
exactly.
fucking Osu
Yeah.
and all those other games like Elite Beat
Osu,
Agents and all that
Yeah.
other
Dark
shit.
Freaks.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but
Art style.
art style God of War.
Yeah,
God of War,
definitely.
yeah.
The God of War 1 3.
So
Yeah.
God of War wins.
Barely though.
Yeah,
Barely.
barely.
Shout out to
Barely.
you, DDR.
I know, right? Rest in peace,
Pitfall.
Konami.
Playing DDR.
Pitfall
oh
versus
Ooh.
Deus Ex.
God.
My thighs
The
hurt just thinking
skating
about it.
rink in
Wait, what versus they?
middle
I'm
school.
Pitfall
Hold
versus
on, Erica.
Deus Ex.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. The Pitfall versus-
Pitfall versus Deus Ex.
I'm
Done
going
in my
to fully
mind.
admit this one. I
Deus
think
Ex.
Pitfall's gonna lose, but you have to give credit where credit is due.
I don't know what Pitfall is.
I don't know.
Pitfall's a game where you fall in a pit.
It
Arcade
is-
games of the 80s.
I played it on
It's
my
very open.
Atari 2600. It was
Yeah.
not good.
Damn. Pitfall's
Most
claim to
Atari games
fame.
were hit or miss, Dan.
Hey, now let me some pump.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus
Give,
Ex.
I'm just
give a
gonna
shout out
say-
to Pitfall though. It put
Yeah.
Activision on the
Giving
map.
giving credit where credit is due.
Dead
They
or
put Activision on the
Alive,
map.
Devil May Cry.
Yo, titties.
Nah.
Not just
Titties.
titties,
Nah.
fighting
Devil May
game.
Cry.
Nah, no one remembers her for fighting game demon. Titties.
Nah.
I
It-
do.
You can't.
Yeah,
It's
I have
Why
to
can't-
agree with Devil May Cry.
Why can't
It's
we
like-
just
it's
have
fan
titties plus
service.
Dante?
Titties.
No, you need to have no.
Can
You need
both
to
of
have
these
the
move to
box.
next round?
Oh, you need to have a Dead or Alive box. Have a sticker saying featuring
Featuring
Dante from Devil May Cry. Dante and Fish from Devil May Cry. We're good.
Can I pay to see Dante's titties?
Yeah.
Yeah,
60
Devil
bucks.
May
Also-
Cry wins.
I would love to give a shout out to SMT again for Devil Trigger.
Yeah,
Oh.
Next one's kind of hard because they were still both
Snake
popular.
versus Wii games.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Oh,
Snake.
Snake?
versus
Mobile
Wii
game
games.
versus Wii.
Oh, Snake?
Yeah.
Like Wii
What do you
Sports.
mean?
Sorry,
Like Wii
Like-
Sports?
Wii
Yeah,
Party.
like-
Wii
Yeah.
Music.
Sports, Wii Fit.
No.
Wii Sports we play,
Wii
and
Fit.
unfortunately
Wii
Wii
games.
Music.
Like Snake.
Wii Sports is the
from
most sold.
like
like,
the
of all time.
original mobile phone game.
yes.
Yes.
I played that so much on my dad's
Same.
Nokia.
My dad still has that Nokia. I still play it.
The Nokia?
Isn't Wii Sports the most sold game
Yes.
of all time?
Yeah,
It's
because
the
it
most
was
Somewhat.
bundled with the Wii.
No, it's. I think it's still second to Tetris.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Like,
it.
I will say this: Snake is really one of the first mobile games.
Yeah,
Wasn't
it
it
is
the
the
It is
first
the
It
Grand
was.
Theft
It was the first.
Yeah.
Vsing Tetris does beat it, but it's pretty close.
No, I know,
It's-
but that's
it's
what I'm
the
saying.
most
It's still
sold
second to
console
Tetris.
game.
Actually, Wii
Yeah.
Sports is fourth. It's
Oh,
Tetris,
is it fourth?
Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto 5, and then Wii Sports.
Oh wow. Okay.
I can only say it's a little bit hard because in the public eye, I think the Wii Sports is remembered but
Hey.
also forgotten.
Now, Wii
My
Sports
mom
was-
played so
yeah.
much Wii
Wii
bowling.
Sports, you could get
Dude,
your
I
grandma
played-
and people at
dude,
retirement homes. to
Fucking
play.
My
Wii
family-
Fit. You have to
Fit,
add
yeah.
like Wii Fit and everything to that too, though.
Yep. And
Oh my
God. You said
unfortunately,
Wii
Wii
games,
Music
But
will.
my-
Don't forget
my
Wii
mom
Music.
And my grandma wouldn't sit there with a tiny ass phone and play Snake.
Okay, if we're talking about legacy, like like me and Vsing was saying, Snake is the
Snake.
first mobile game.
Yeah.
I think
wins
Snake
Legacy.
wins Legacy.
Yeah.
But I
Impact
think in
on-
terms of public gameplay, probably
We, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
We takes
mo-
it by
yeah.
like 3-1.
No, we does take it, but shout out to Snake. Like
Yeah,
mobile
shout out to
gaming is
Snake,
like
Snake, not.
Remember Snake on your
Not
iPod?
good.
Because I do.
The next one's
Snake
kind of
is
rough.
like
I'm
Duck
talking about
Hunt
the
versus
33
StarCraft.
ban.
Wait, what
I
was
know.
StarCraft?
Duck
Duck
Hunt
Hunt
versus
versus
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
Oh, StarCraft.
Yeah,
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
I'm sorry,
That's-
Duck Hunt, but we gotta put the push down.
Esports. I'm just saying esports.
StarCraft, literally, all you have to say is one country's name, Korea.
Korea. Yeah.
Accurate.
Korea.
It's
Accurate.
literally the sport of their country. The national sport is StarCraft.
And
Yes.
don't forget
Kind of.
the
disgusting.
memes.
Can
Kind
we
of.
just
I
give
need
a
to
shout out
construct
to
additional pylons.
Can we give a shout out to Duck Hunt though?
No,
sorry,
just
Yeah.
fuck,
To Duck
fuck
Hunt
the
dog.
dog.
We
Duck
all
Hunt?
we love. We
I
love
hate the
Duck Hunt.
dog. Fuck the dog. He sucks.
I hated his laugh.
Sucks.
Oh, this one will hurt some people.
Metal Gear,
Oh,
Metal Gear
no.
Soiled versus Monster Hunter.
Metal Gear Soil.
Oh, we're going to vote on this.
Wait,
this shit.
soil?
Yeah, he spelled it wrong. He spelled it
We're
S-O-I-L.
going to vote on it. We're going- can we go to fucking
MGS
thing?
versus Mohan? Are you
No, it's Metal
serious?
Gear
serious?
Soiled versus Mohan.
Let's go to
Conscious,
fucking.
Conscious
act-
Monster Hunter fails like literally
Yo,
every category.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It has no public.
It,
no.
no, it
M-
does,
no,
except
MSG
for
1 and
one
2. That's all
one
I have to say.
exception.
It does in Japan.
One
it-
Monster Hunter does have some impact, but all the Metal Gear games do.
I
Yeah.
know.
Sorry.
Like the only exception you have is Japan.
Oh, this
Also,
one.
he was a Smash character.
Exactly.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Accurate.
I think this one's easy.
Getting over it versus Rock, Band.
Rock Band.
Rock Band.
You're getting
So-
over it, though.
Bro, no, I'm getting over it. I'm Rock Band and it out.
Zach, when's your next stream? Get
Oh.
over it.
All right.
Getting
Oh,
over,
that
get over
hurts.
this loss.
Mother
Next
versus
episode's
Oddworld.
very bad.
That hurts.
Mother versus
Hills
Oddworld.
over
This hurts a
Tycoon.
lot.
But I would
Wait,
rather say
what? Sorry?
Okay,
Mother
so
versus
let me.
Oddworld.
Okay,
These are
Oddworld
both very
versus
cult-
Earthbound.
like.
Yeah,
cult
these
games.
you can compare these to each other. They're
These-
very cult
But
based.
I would say that Oddworld had a bigger public view because
Yeah.
without Smash, no one would know Mother or Earthbound, to be honest.
And
Fair.
over here, like just internationally,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was-
internationally, yeah.
Oddworld commercials. There was like funny jokes about it.
Hi,
was one
I'm
of the-
Abe.
Hi, I'm Abe. Yeah, you could literally just. I could go on about both of these games. I love both of these games, but I
Super
grew
8
up with
Odyssey.
I grew up with Oddworld, a fucking CD-ROM of it that I bought at a garage sale.
Let's
$5.
just talk about the fact that Abe made farting in video games cool.
Not just that, like
Yeah.
it was one of the things where it's like, I think with Oddworld, it almost gives me like an Undertale vibe. Like you don't have to, you can kill your friends, or you could go
You can
out of
save-
your way
yeah.
and save them all.
Yeah.
You don't have to. There's it's one of those games with multiple story aspects.
But if you think about it, Mother is Undertale vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it
both
is.
literally
It's-
kind of Undertale, which is weird.
Uh,
Mother is
the-
literally the reason Undertale exists.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I love Mother. It's just such
I
a
love
weird
Mother,
game.
but I want some of that new and tangy.
It was
Oh.
tasty.
Yeah, I want that sauce.
You missed it.
Oh.
Honestly,
We
I think in
used to make-
public,
Damn
maybe
sauce.
more people know what Oddworld is.
A
It was-
scrap,
It was
scrap
more
cake.
internationally like
I think,
advertised.
yeah, I think overall Oddworld does take it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
But to be honest, this is a tie if we would
Yeah.
take that out.
Yeah.
it's so even. It's not. It's like
Yeah.
if
funny.
Mother would have been internationally advertised, I think Mother might have won it.
Tycoon
So I
versus
think
Tales
it
of.
is Erica's turn now. Tycoon versus Tales of games.
No, Tycoon,
Tycoon
games
sings.
definitely win.
Oh no!
To the public, Tycoon wins.
Roller Coaster Tycoon itself.
But
Lemonade
But
Tycoon.
the gamers, like,
I don't know, gamers like the Tycoon
Gamers
games
like
too.
it.
I understand that, but I mean, the Levels of series is just.
I know, but Erica, put it this way: if we put it to averages, right, Impact the Gamers, it would be close, and yes, Tales of would win, but the public would be a clapping, which would outweigh the closeness of the other one.
Yeah, I would.
Even
But,
fucking
okay.
No, I
Then
feel that.
look at gameplay and story.
Yeah, Tails wins that.
Tails wins that.
Tails
one.
wins that. Its claim to fame was having a song inside a
And,
cartridge.
Okay, I'm going to go with Tails because art style as well wins.
Art
Tails.
style, yeah.
Actually, yeah,
You
when you
know,
look at the
Mada,
criteria, then Tails wins.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God, it's GG.
Oh
Alright,
god!
Chris.
I could.
Tails wins.
Yo, dude.
God.
Turok
I
versus
fought
Mario
for
Party.
Tails. I fought for Tails up. I fought for
You
it.
better. I would have fired by myself.
I
Feels
know,
bad.
man.
Oh,
I'm with
God.
you on this.
Oh god. Turok versus Mario
No,
Party.
there is
Rock
no,
catch
there
the
is no
clap.
debate.
Yeah.
There is no if or and
There
buts
is no
about it.
debate to this.
Turok gets the clap.
Gets the
As much as
clap.
I hate the Mario Party games, like, yeah.
It has a
I
bigger
mean,
Party isn't
even,
that
even
bad.
like
Wait,
even
what the
growing
hell's Turok?
up, the first Mario, like the first Mario
It's
Party
okay.
game, my whole
What was it?
family played
Huh.
it.
Now this one is going to be where friends might die.
Crash versus
What is it?
Bloodborne.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, public
Bloodborne.
Crash wins.
Yeah, public crash wins.
Gamers, I'd say Bloodborne wins.
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gameplay,
Blood.
story,
Probably
Bloodborne.
I
Yeah.
would say more so Bloodborne.
Because it has
Legacy,
a
I'd say
story.
Crash though.
Yeah,
Crash.
But art style, I would
So,
say Bloodstone.
Art style comes to Bloodborne, in my opinion.
So Bloodborne.
Yes,
wins.
Yeah.
I-
Bloodborne wins.
absolutely.
Mm.
Sonic's ass, because Sonic's ass is not cool. That's what
Uh,
they named it.
Need for
It was
Speed.
Sonic's
close,
ass.
but like Bloodborne does kind of take it there.
Need for
Yeah.
Speed versus Animal
Respect where
Crossing.
respect is due.
Animal Crossing.
Animal
Animal
Crossing,
Crossing.
yeah.
It is an intentional.
Need for Speed is like
No,
a second hand.
Need for Speed
no,
public.
Need NFS.
No, Animal
No.
Crossing for public.
No,
No.
the movie.
No,
No.
Need for Speed.
NFS.
Easily for
Animal
public.
Crossing
Okay, Animal
because of the
Crossing had a
mobile
movie, too.
game.
Fast and the
You're
Furious.
forgetting
Did
that.
it? I
Yeah,
don't
it had a
remember.
whole entire
Yeah.
animated movie.
Need for Speed had a film starring the guy from Breaking Bad,
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul. That guy, the guy I hate.
And it even used the same style as the games, where they
Yeah,
got the
like,
slow down
people
motion,
know Need for Speed.
Yeah.
And the reason the game was made, there was a public uprising for the movie to be made.
I feel like
Yeah.
for gamers though, it would be Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, for gamers, 100% Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I'm saying for public,
Yeah.
it's Need for Speed.
And gameplay, Animal Crossing.
Oh,
I
no.
know.
Come on.
That was Need for Speed.
No.
Some of those NFS
Bro.
games are good.
Not if Need for Speed is
Need for
second hand.
Speed is really good.
racing
It was
game.
one of the few racing games that I liked.
Again, just
Yeah.
take bias out of it. If just because you don't like car games.
No, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Need for Speed.
But then
yeah.
even if you
I-
fall back on art style and legacy, it's still Animal Crossing in my opinion.
Legacy,
Also-
I'd argue.
I would say Animal
No,
Crossing.
I'd give Legacy to Animal Crossing because when you think of car game Legacy, you think Gran Turismo, not Need for Speed.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so-
That's fine.
And then Need for
Though,
Speed
to
with
be
art style
fair-
is just like generic graphic racing.
Like when you think of art style for car games, the only one you could really debate is maybe Burnout.
And I could give freaking Animal Crossing, like, it has its own entirely.
different art style.
My
yeah.
issue
It has
is
its own art style.
No,
My-
I think
my issue
overall
is-
Animal Crossing does.
Yeah,
win, but
Animal Crossing.
Need for
wins.
Speed
Not-
does
it's
have its
close.
audience.
I
It's
give
not
it the
crap.
respect that it deserved, but.
The
Bro, I'm a
next one,
furry,
though.
come on.
my issue is it's just that
RuneScape
Need for
versus
Speed has
Rabbids.
more impact in the
Bro,
PC
this
space.
would be-
RuneScape.
Rabbits get in the trash can.
Rabbit getting trash.
Rabbits have a
RuneScape is
bigger
winning this.
public.
It gets clapped and
Point-
everything.
That's the
else.
only category it wins.
Yeah,
in.
the
No.
It's public.
Not even
Everyone's
that.
kids that are at least 28. Like if you had a child that is now 28 or so,
I can hear you.
That's
lying.
me.
GF.
That's that.
I played it.
Hi.
Buying GF. That's all I have to say.
Just Cause versus Kid Icarus. Kid Icarus.
yeah.
Kid Icarus.
Yeah,
Just Cause is
Actually,
like
no, Just
Like-
Cause.
Just
it
Cause
might
is just
be
like a
Just
second-hand
Cause.
GTA game.
Kid Icarus has only one game and then a 3DS remake.
They were good though.
Kid
There's a
Icarus had
lot
two
of games on this bracket that are one game though, Demon, and they will
Oh,
go
The
far.
Last
Yeah,
of
but
Us.
the
Last of
NES
Us.
game was not good.
There was a GB Game Boy game as well.
Ah.
Yes, it was.
How about
That was
the
actually
fight
kind of
for the next-
flames.
was kind of
Sorry, what,
flames,
Zack?
but
You're gonna have to fight for the next one. You're gonna be sad.
I think Metroid has
What?
a better impact.
Is it time for me to
It's a
leave the
clap.
stream?
It's a clap. Don't worry, it's a clap.
I say Just Cause because it has, I think it has a bigger impact on the general public. And for me, it has also, I think, a bigger legacy right now because
I'd debate with you on that one.
yeah,
People look back fondly on Kid Icarus, whereas Just Cause is just kind of looked at as a clone of GTA. That's
Kid
it.
Icarus has it's another niche kind of cult classic Nintendo game. It has its whole entire people behind it.
It tells the would you say Heracles story really good?
Yeah.
Somewhat. Oh, and
I would say
Icarus
that.
at the same time.
Yeah.
okay.
Also,
I'm just saying it out of a German perspective. Kid
Yeah.
Icarus flopped here completely. It was nothing.
It was big in the UK.
It was big in
It
the
was,
US too.
it was big in the
I
US.
feel like I got overshotted by mine.
I would say that
I think English-speaking countries.
Kid
and,
Icarus didn't do well here either. Like it was like the
And
first 3DS game or some
My
shit
dad
like
played
that,
Kid
right?
Icarus.
Okay, and the thing about Just Cause, it was much talked about because of you liberate the country and all that other shit, and so many things were destructible and stuff like that. It was
I will say gameplay, Just Cause is the most repetitive thing I've ever played in my life. I do play it, and I like it, but it's the most repetitive thing I've ever played in my life.
I mean, yeah, it is repetitive.
Like,
But so is Kid Icarus. We're
You could
comparing
argue
the two.
like 90% of video games are repetitive.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean, just talk about Tetris.
Hey.
That's
Leave
De-
Tetris
demon,
alone.
demon, de- de-
That's
demon.
next. We'll fight with that one.
I think Kid Icarus wins in my personal opinion.
I would say Kid Icarus wins as well.
Well, it's already outvoted, so it's no point longer to discuss
Yeah,
for
I
me.
think overall Kid Icarus.
Yay, eggplant guy.
Tetris versus Gmod.
Tetris.
Tetris is literally the granddaddy of video game.
Okami versus Punch Out.
Fight, Zack! Fight your hardest!
Okami.
God, I don't know.
Baby, please.
Public Punch Out. Legacy
Public
Punch
Punch
Out.
Out, yes.
Public
Art
Punch
style
Out,
Okami,
art
and
style
there's no
Okami,
talking about
by
it.
Yeah,
God.
art style is Okami.
art style story Okami.
Impact
style
on
But
Oh,
games.
Legacy
yeah.
I'd say,
Punch-Out.
okay, hang on. Gameplay, Okami. Art style, Okami. Public
Public Eye,
Punch Out.
Impact on
Legacy
games.
Punch-Out.
Legacy Punch Out because Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Legacy
what's
Punch
the-
Out.
What's the
Impact
last
the
one?
game.
Gameplay.
Impacted
Gameplay,
Gamers. No,
Okami.
gameplay, I say Okami.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
gameplay Okami.
Yeah.
Impact on gamers?
Impact on
Probably-
gamers is where we have to kind of talk.
I think it's
Yeah.
Punch Out.
Ooh.
I think both of them have their own unique touch on gamers.
Yeah.
Because
Ivan Jankowski.
Punch Out is known
Punch Out innovated
really.
the fighting game genre. The
Oh.
Well, not just no.
No,
No,
it
No,
did
it
not.
did
No,
not.
the fighting game.
No.
Sorry. No, I meant like the boxing game genre. Sorry, the boxing games.
With Punch Out though, it's big. Like
It
people
innovated
know
the
about it.
Sports
If
game.
people know
genre.
about it because it's the classic
Yeah.
sports game. But not just that, people know about it more because like the racist character names and stuff. People like that kind of
People
shit.
know about it because Mike Tyson.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
know about it majorly because Little Mac. People didn't even know his name was Little Mac.
I
They just
would've-
thought it was a
I'll
cool
No,
kid.
easily-
people just knew it because you got to box with Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Punch Out was the
Like,
funnest game I ever played.
Like certain age groups, like Grids' generation, won't understand the power of the name of Mike Tyson.
I love Mike Tyson.
Like he's like modern day, like Conor McGregor, Mayweather, Ronda Rousey. They all pale to Mike Tyson.
The original
He's-
Punch Out is my
He's on
second favorite
Ali
wrestling in the
levels
world.
of godlike.
hey baby, we gon' box.
He wasn't called the baddest guy on the planet for nothing.
Gon' box
Yeah.
us today, baby.
Yeah.
Like it goes Muhammad Ali, Tyson. That's it.
Like,
Yeah.
even the
Everyone
like
else
the-
is under those two.
Even the Wii version of Punch Out was really big. You can't say it wasn't.
And
We're not.
It's lukewarm.
Fun fact: Punch Out version is out for the Switch. The arcade version you can even play when
Go
you
get it.
put it.
It's actually fun.
You can say the same thing about Okami though, because Okami HD coming to
Yeah,
Switch.
Okami just came out. Like
Yeah.
I have it.
a month
Yeah.
ago.
No.
Well,
like,
it comes
way
out
more.
soon to the Switch as well.
Oh, to
Yeah,
the
it's-
I
Switch.
it's
Yeah.
still
coming to the
personally
Switch,
don't
so,
think
like-
that on the impact that there's more gamers that Punch Out would impact them more.
Yeah. Okami is too niche.
We got fight Zack. I love Okami too.
I
love
love
I
Okami.
mean,
I love
personally,
Okami.
personally, I feel like
Oh.
Okami.
Hey! Your finishing
don't-
move was
I
taking a
don't
golden
think-
shit.
Nah, if
I
I can
don't
fight
think
for this
that-
one, Gritz will have to fight for the next one.
Yeah, the next one is a clap.
Solitaire versus Fortnite.
Oh, come
Solitaire.
on. Come
Solitaire.
on. No.
Wait,
If I had to fight Punch Out, you fight Solitaire, bitch.
Solitaire is a clap, Grids. You
No, it
can't-
is not.
wait, what did we?
The public right now, easily Fortnite.
A Punch Out.
Wait,
No.
No.
Overall,
Punch Out
Game
one.
over,
Trent.
No.
Grids,
No.
not
Wait.
Grids.
The
Go
public
back.
right now is easily
Okami or
Fortnite.
Punch Out?
No, no,
Grids,
Grids,
you're talking
that's
about
public
right now,
right
but in
now.
years from now, people will still talk about Solitaire.
Yeah.
Fortnite's just hot at the moment.
No, years from now, they'll be like, you remember that
Wait, we
humongous
need to
pop off of
finish
Fortnite?
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody,
We
yeah.
finished with
Okami or Punch Out?
Punch Out.
Punch Out.
We kind of agreed, Punch Out.
Yeah.
It's a KO Okami.
Bro, he got uppercut.
Time to argue.
Now I'm gonna destroy Gritz.
Time
Gameplay
to
slash
destroy
story.
Grids'
There is no
dreams.
story for Solitaire.
Hey,
Bro, I don't know.
well,
There's a story of a
there's
king
no
and a
story
queen.
for.
No.
Yes, there is.
There's no story for Fortnite.
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is.
No.
Yes, there is.
Actually, there is.
There is a
has the
zombie
whole
mode
entire
that has the
story
entire
mode.
story mode.
Yeah.
It's
Bull that I have to pay $30 for, which the
Yeah.
base
But it
game is
doesn't
Most
free.
matter.
people don't.
You have to pay for most games, Ben.
Yeah. Not
But
really
wait,
for Solitaire.
Yeah,
Solitaire
but when
is
it's
free.
advertised
Solitaire is
mostly
free.
for Battle Royale.
Gameplay wise,
The
I
actual
think
game?
Fortnite wins, no matter what y'all say.
Nah, I love
No,
me
it's
some
not.
Solitaire.
It does.
Oh,
Bull
Solitaire
crap.
looking kind of fresh.
You guys,
Solitaire
I
kinda
mean,
this is the most
wins.
biased thing I've ever heard in my
Grids,
life.
let me ask you
No,
this.
Grids, you got
I'm
biased,
coming
Grids.
for you.
Grids, you were biased when it came to Smash.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
Well-
you were.
So I get to take it off you then. Sorry.
You get
Oh.
Smash, we get Solitaire.
The thing is, Grids.
Solitaire's a
the thing is,
terrible
Grids,
game.
Solitaire Smash is a good game.
I
Okay.
think it's shit, but at least
All
I
I have
know
to
it's
say,
a game.
My,
Fortnite is a
my
good
grandma,
game.
my grandma, and hella
Okay,
young
okay.
kids that I know would play fucking Solitaire.
My dad
How
plays
about Fortnite,
Solitaire
though?
every single day.
Also,
let me
Fortnite
say
has
this.
no
Grids?
legacy.
Everybody on Earth is playing Fortnite.
No,
That's
Grids.
false.
I'm not.
Not your
False.
parents.
That's false.
95% of Earth is playing Fortnite.
Yeah, yeah, Trent,
Not
go
your
ahead.
parents.
I would give you a solid 7.
My dad has played
For
Fortnite.
Fortnite, what you need: electricity, internet, some way to view it. For Solitaire, you need a pack of cards.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just
And-
saying.
and
Solitaire,
just remember that Solitaire came out back in the day with every Windows version until this.
I
year?
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
No,
like,
I
if,
It
So
still
is
comes out. It's
I mean,
Ultimate
if you-
Solitaire,
if
you
you-
have
if
to
it-
buy it now.
if it counted, like Solitaire would technically be the biggest selling game of all time.
I can
Yeah.
still
But
count.
it's mostly free.
Bro, you can go on the Windows Store for free. You can
Yeah.
legit just buy a thing of
Yeah,
Solitaire.
remember when we were getting CFEs? The first thing I saw, Solitaire.
Solitaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's on most people's phones. Solitaire.
Grids, I'm sorry,
Yep,
this
it's
Fortnite-
on my
Yeah.
phone.
And my personal opinion, this is my personal opinion. Do not fucking interrupt me. Gameplay and story. It actually has a gameplay and story.
I agree with you on
Fortnite.
that.
Don't interrupt me, bitch.
No, we're not debating that one.
I agree with
Yeah,
you
we're
on
not
that one.
debating that.
The public, currently, and probably
Currently,
for
but not overall.
no, don't interrupt me.
Overall,
I
we're
said not to
talking
interrupt
overall.
me. Hold on.
You're just as bad as interrupting. Shut up.
Yeah.
I asked.
We've asked.
Yeah,
before,
no,
you
no,
have
no,
not
no,
done
no, no, no,
anything.
no, no. Calm down.
All right, let him speak.
In the public, I guarantee you, in like 20 years, people will remember that humongous pop-off on where 95% of the Earth was playing Fortnite.
Grids, it's already been 20 years. People still play and talk about Solitaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they
Fair
will
enough.
in another 20
You remember?
years.
Okay, you remember back 20 years ago, whenever Solitaire was popping off.
Yes.
Okay,
Still
20
is.
years from now, people will be like,
Still
"Yo,
is.
remember when Fortnite
It
was
may
popping
not
off?"
And
pop
so
off,
will Solitaire,
but
that's the
people
point.
will play Solitaire.
Here's the thing. Hang on.
Nobody sits and plays solitaire now. I'm sorry.
Yes, they do.
No, they do not.
I do.
Compared to
My
Fortnite.
dad does.
Compared
My
to Fortnite.
cousins do.
No.
Y'all play Fortnite every single day. You don't sit on here and play
Gridz.
solitaire.
I play solitaire every day.
Bull crap.
The other day, I got a pack of cards out and I played myself some solitaire.
I have
could sit
solitaire
there-
on my phone.
Okay, I could say one big thing.
Gridz,
without
even
any
if I'm
te-
taking a
wait,
shit,
wait,
I'll
wait,
play
wait,
solitaire.
Wait. Legit, if you think about it, without any of the technology and everything, we could sit down and play solitaire no matter what the fuck we're doing.
Is as
Compared to
important
Fortnite, you
as
would have to
Tetris.
have
Here's the thing, Gridz.
internet, electricity. You had to fucking have so much shit to play that.
I
Yeah,
literally
PS
just
Plus.
said that, Zach.
Wait, guys, let me speak for a second. Here's the thing, Gridz. There's only 3.4 million people are playing Fortnite.
That's a lie.
No,
It's
I am
not.
looking
That
at
is
the
no.
Fortnite numbers right now. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's
You,
right.
you can't deny the numbers.
That's like
Gridz.
a
Billions of
concurrent.
people
That's a
playing
concurrent amount of people.
Playing solitaire.
No, you can see how many people have downloaded and installed and played Fortnite, Gridz. They legit have numbers for that. Yeah.
Billions and billions of people have played solitaire.
Yeah.
Gridz, I went to India and there's no technology there. They were playing solitaire on their phones.
Y'all the type of people that would compare a humongous story-filled game to a deck of cards and be like, that deck of cards looking nice.
So what? We compare games to a fucking lines of blocks, and we call that amazing.
Grizz, it isn't even just that. I'm being realistic.
Oh, okay. Let us
Why are we
point
still
another.
arguing?
I want just to point something out. Red Dead Redemption got shafted because it was a clone. What is Fortnite?
It's
Fortnite-
a fucking battle royale.
Fortnite's hypothetically a clone, yeah, Grizz.
Yeah, it is a clone.
Yeah.
You know, I should
yeah,
be getting
PUBG
pissed off
came
right now, but
first.
this gang up mentality is pissing me the fuck off.
There is nothing about
I'm
getting
gonna
up. It's just
Gridz,
the
you know,
truth.
I'm gonna feel the same when it eventually comes down to something like Elder Scrolls versus Mario. I'll have to sit there and take it.
It's such a, I want you to know, it's a shitty ass feeling.
We'll all be there
I
at
know.
some point.
Yeah.
I had to take that L 4 times. today.
Canchas was already there with Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I had to take that L with SMT.
And say.
The thing
Yeah,
with me,
SMT.
though,
I took that
I
L
agree
with
with you guys
SMT.
on like gamer and also on legacy, but there is no art style for it.
False.
It's a card.
False. Because you can create your own.
Okay, come on. It's a freaking card.
Okay.
Okay,
I will
that's
give
kind of a
Gridz-
stretch.
I will give Gridz art style. I will
I
give
was
him that one.
joking.
I
by
would
the way,
give
with
him
the
that
art
one.
style.
I
But
will give
still,
him art
solitaire
style.
has 3 categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't agree with y'all on public. I do not.
I
don't-
100%
Sorry.
public is
Public.
solitaire.
If you looked at the
100%.
numbers
on
currently playing
solitaire.
Fortnite versus currently playing
any
solitaire,
league.
it beats.
Okay.
That's what's all
But
I'm saying.
Gridz, that's like saying
I-
tomorrow a brand new game comes out. Yes, more people will be playing that brand new game than Tetris. Like,
That's public.
Gridz,
okay,
I'm going to
okay.
ask you one. Let me speak first.
If I asked my grandmother
Gridz.
what Fortnite was, she wouldn't know. If I asked her to play a game of solitaire, she would.
If I asked my dad to play Fortnite, he would. He's 50 years old.
No. Dude,
But-
grandmother
I'll
played 80 the other
text my
day.
aunt. She's 52. She'll play solitaire with me. She doesn't know what
my
Fortnite is.
grandmother, who has Alzheimer's and dementia, can still. She knows what solitaire is. She tells us all the time, "Hey, let's play some solitaire." That's with
Did-
Alzheimer's and dementia.
Co-op solitaire.
Okay, is Canchas saying
Hey.
old timers or old?
Y'all can have this
Alzheimer's.
win. I don't agree with you in the
Alzheimer's,
end.
sorry.
I do not. You were wrong.
That's okay, Gridz, but I'm sorry to tell you this.
You were wrong. I'm
Alzheimer's.
sorry.
Fortnite.
So
Captain,
let's
take
win
the
hands
L.
down.
You were
Gridz, I'm gonna go.
looking
through all of it.
logically. You all are wrong. I'm sorry.
No.
This is.
Now, well,
I feel how Hubba felt about the Wally thing on this one.
Exactly.
Y'all are wrong.
Exactly.
I mean,
Oh,
the
and
next
he
one
showed up, he was
Wait,
still
hey,
wrong.
Gridz, pause. Hey, Gridz, after this, you want to play some Fortnite?
Oh yeah. Says the man who sits and plays solitaire all day.
I do. Well, not all.
I-
of them.
Bull
do-
crap.
I do at least
Don't even
play
lie to me.
1 or 2 games.
Y'all
a day.
play Fortnite on here every day.
No,
I
I admit that, but I also do play
Yeah.
solitaire every day. Every morning, I'll sit and play solitaire while I'm taking my morning shit.
My boy.
If you have to play it in
Oh,
front
the
of a toilet,
next
it's not
one
a game.
hurts.
What's the next one?
Dota
Dota
versus
versus
Shadow of the Colossus.
Wait, what game versus Shadow?
Defense of the
Dota.
Ancients.
Oh, Dota.
I'm sorry. Shout out to the call.
Rip Colossus.
Defense of the Ancients.
Yeah,
What?
I think Dota
Actually,
wins.
no. Actually, I'm gonna back up on this. I'd rather give it to Shadow of the Colossus
Oh yeah, I'd
Because-
rather give it to Shadow. But
because
think
the
Dota
fact
wins.
that the fact that we allowed Warcraft to go through.
what do you know,
Yeah.
Wild? You can't deny
No,
the
no.
power of Warcraft.
No,
What
no,
if
no.
I get
Yeah.
simulator
no, no.
games?
Do you know why?
Because Warcraft
Defense
is
of
the
the
daddy of
Ancients
Dota.
is a mod of Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
That's.
That thing is though.
But thing is, Dota has grown a legacy of its own.
Dota has,
It-
yeah. It's I'm playing League of Legends, which is a
I would
Dota
rather
clone.
give it to League of Legends.
I mean,
I got
you're
I'm
right.
laughing at something else.
I got stuck in the
You gotta
beam,
take
Papa.
consideration. You gotta take consideration. Dota, it was a mod of Warcraft 3, but it has built its own legacy from that. It's its own thing now.
Yeah,
Dota
whereas
2
something like Just Cause, it's a GTA clone. It doesn't have its own like legacy
Yeah.
to it, whereas Dota does.
Then let's then.
You have to give it to Dota. Dota has legit. It spawned its own thing and it's taken off.
The
on
thing
its
is
own.
that
Oh,
League of
also
Legends on this.
public
The
eye,
problem is
Dota is
League of
more-
Legends is on this list.
Also, esports, Legend of Dota.
But here's the thing.
History of
Dota,
Dota.
League of Legends is on this list and is made second round.
No,
So
that's the thing. That's the thing. Depending on what league goes against, it's not the league might win as well. The same thing, even though it's a Dota was originally a clone.
You
League-
think
League is
Dota
a clone
wins?
of Dota.
Let's just go with this one.
Yes. Dota,
Okay,
yes.
there, done. Alien versus Burnout.
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 Yeah.
Wow.
Burnout.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom vroom, motherfucker.